Welcome, everybody, to the Shut Your Mouth Lounge 50th episode spectacular. I'm not going to forget this episode number, trust me.
It's not possible.
It's actually the 51st.
Fuck.
We ruined it.
We did film several .5 episodes back in the old days, so this actually is more than the 50th, but fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the canonically the 50th episode.
Yeah. If anyone says any different, we'll kill him.
Right.
So Pink is here.
Hey.
And one Atty.
B.
Yeah. I hope you all are happy going into a fucking depressing ass topic.
Right off the bat.
Yep.
Emma Frost turning to insert things in Thor's ass.
Alright. So let's just leave Addie's statement there without context.
It probably works better that way.
So, Stan Lee passed away this week.
The young age of 95.
Yeah, it is.
Gone far too soon.
It is kind of lightened by the fact, boy, this guy has led quite a life.
Right.
Because didn't Jack Kirby pass away like at 80 something?
Geez. How big was their age gap? Because I feel like it wasn't that big.
It was pretty big because Jack Kirby was writing during the World War II. He wrote the original Captain America comics. He was the original Captain America creator. Hang on,
Right.
Jack Kirby was 76 when he passed away.
76. So almost 80.
Yeah. But regardless, that means that now all of Marvel's big original trio has passed away.
Yep. Jack back in 94 and Ditko and Lee this year. Kind of crazy.
It's weird that Ditko and Lee went in the same year, isn't it?
Yeah. There's some sort of irony there.
Yeah. But Stan Lee, of course, the legend that has built a fucking movie universe that just an absolutely massive franchise. Is there any franchise that has been overall more successful than Marvel?
And to top that question, is there any face to any such franchise as big as that one, as recognizable as Stan Lee? Because Stan Lee and Marvel Comics go hand in hand.
You got a point. You got a point there. Stan Lee, what I think we're both going to say, like, Stan Lee did not play as big a part in writing as, Jack Kirby or Steve Ditko did.
Right.
But Lee was definitely the marketing man.
Yeah. It's like, he was probably the greatest car salesman the world has ever created.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny and delightfully rare nowadays to see stuff like that so associated with its creator,
Right.
In such a way. When I think of Stan Lee with Marvel, like, I also think of, like, a good comparison to Stan Lee with Marvel would be probably Vince with WWE, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It's like one of the few comparisons you can make.
Because, I mean, with Harry Potter, you don't really think of J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
I don't even know what she looks.
Yeah, it's like everyone knows who Stan Lee is. Everyone knows what he looks like. Nobody else really knows anything about guys like J.K. Rowling or whatever.
Like the best comparison I could make is freaking, what's his bloody name? Because I always mix them up. Like
it dawns on me Shigeru Miyamoto with Nintendo, but is that who you're looking for?
Oh yeah. No, I was looking for the guy who wrote Game of Thrones.
Oh, George R.R. Martin.
Yeah.
He's a weird one, because with him it's mostly just because people blame him for every character that they love dying. So
Yeah, similarly Gaben.
Yeah. I mean, people blame Vince for every wrestler that they love getting canned, so hey, why not?
They blame Vince for every wrestler they love dying as well.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes.
Yeah, actually, yeah. People do blame Vince for Benoit, I know that. But what was I going to say? Right, and now that we're talking about it, it's actually pretty funny that people don't blame Marvel's failings on Stan Lee.
Right.
I guess because Marvel, they put the fucking writer on the front cover, so you know it wasn't Lee.
Yeah.
I just blame the editor instead.
Perfect.
Ah.
Just blame the editor. They leave in freaking Batman's dick. I'm not going to let go of that.
Hey, now Lee, Lee was a great one because he never left in Batman's dick.
Yeah.
He nearly left in his own dick one time, but
Are you talking of that photo shoot? Or...
Yeah, yes, the one where he has the what was it, Hulk versus Superman comic over his
Right.
Yeah. And Stanley's passing does represent definitely the passing of an old era. A different idea regarding writing. Just the conceptual work that went into the stuff. Like Stanley is credited, and like Jack Kirby's credited with a lot of big characters. Ditko's credited with a lot of big characters. Lee's credits list for Marvel characters is absolutely absurd.
Yep. It's like basically anything Ditko and Kirby created, Stan was right there with them.
Yep, up until he didn't feel like it.
He's got all the accolades. And his tenure was a lot longer over at Marvel's than theirs were, so he probably had a lot of other minor characters as well going right into the 70s even, maybe.
I mean, he still would have played, like, definitely the 80s probably would have been the time Lee started having more of a hands-off role. And who was editor during the 80s? I'm trying to remember.
It's like Tom...
I thought his name was Jim something.
Jim Brevort?
No. But whatever. So, yeah, the thing is, with like every character created through the 60s and 70s, more than likely at least would have passed through Lee's desk and he would have approved it,
Right.
I mean, yeah, he even took a hands-off role on the comics that he was credited with. That is, of course, part of what was infamous about back in the day with the Marvel method was a lot of people argue that Ditko and Kirby created a lot of their comics by themselves.
Right.
But there were comics that Lee was known to take a huge role in. Like, didn't Lee insist on being the only writer who could handle Silver Surfer up until, like, the 90s?
Yes, I want to say that's correct. I also believe that he had a big role in the first several issues of Avengers, where he was very hands-on with that, and would be very hands-on in both the Avengers title and the characters' solo titles to make sure there was no problems with continuity.
Yeah, nobody does that anymore.
Yeah.
Imagine the insanity of continuity in Marvel.
Yeah, imagine Stan trying to be as hands-on with Marvel now as he was back then. It just wouldn't be possible because Marvel comics are so unwieldy now.
I don't even know what's happening with shit like Cosmic Ghost Rider, and they're bringing in another Ghost Rider combination with another hero. Because now they got Ghost Panther.
Ghost Panther.
And it's actually it's actually an awesome concept, by the way. It's an alternate universe where T'Challa gets exiled from Wakanda for whatever reason, goes off to become a stunt driver in America, and then has the Johnny Blaze thing where he dies during a stunt, and makes a deal with the devil to give him the power to take back Wakanda, and it becomes a whole thing like that. It's actually an awesome concept. I don't know if they're doing anything cool with him in execution, though. Oh boy. Oh no. Yep, oh god, are you kidding me? The one fucking time my internet can shit itself. Well, folks, I'm afraid Pink and Addie probably aren't going to be talking much because currently everything is going wrong. So you'll have to enjoy my voice for a little bit, as I'll go ahead and mention with Stan Lee that I don't think I've actually read any of Stan Lee's comics. Come to think of it. Maybe. I've got a very limited amount of old comics that I've read. And I'm just padding time here until my internet decides to recover, but it's just sitting on a single red bar, which is absolutely amazing. Okay,
also, that wasn't my
I think it's a Discord problem.
That was an Alex problem. That was an Alex problem. I tried to keep talking to pad out the time until my internet recovered, but it was very much shitting itself. But I was saying, like, I don't think I've ever actually read a Stan Lee comic. Which,
Oh wow.
which convinces me I should probably go back and read them.
Yeah.
Because nowadays it is pretty easy to get your hands on old comics.
Yeah, because you're not going out and finding the old paperbacks. You can do like everything digitally now, and they've got all the massive collections nowadays as well.
You know what? You know what? Stan Lee was so ahead of his time regarding politics and things. I bet they could just package together a lot of Stan Lee's old 60s stuff he wrote and just re-release it nowadays, and there wouldn't be a problem. Because it wouldn't even run into the usual thing of re-releasing stuff from the 60s where it's like, oh, they said this thing about black people that's kind of bad. Because Stan Lee...
Yeah, Marvel was always very liberal about that. They were way ahead of their time.
Yeah, and they could be subtle about it, and they could make it meaningful, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then there's a problem that maybe he called the gays something.
I'm sorry? Daddy, what the fuck did you say?
Well, I'm not sure of Lee's writing style, but you know, like back in the 60s, people weren't so what's the word I'm looking for?
Accepting of homosexuality?
Yes.
I don't think Stan Lee ever wrote anything homophobic.
Right.
Even if you want to go back to like the early 80s, didn't they even back then they implied old North Star to be gay, Pink? I don't know because
North Star was gay from the start. I don't know if it was ever like flat out stated in the comics, but right from the start, that was his identifying trait. He was the gay one. And that sounds bad, but
at the
I don't
time
know
it was
how else to
innovative.
explain
At the
that.
time it was innovative.
Yeah.
That's the thing that it got placed on cases like that. Like, yeah, his only character trait is that he's gay, but I don't know. I feel like I heard something about North Star, like another character trait is that he was really interested in politics or something. But what was I going to say? Right, and there was another old 80s story, a Captain America story, where he finds out one of his old childhood friends from the 1940s, which that's a story they couldn't do nowadays. But he finds out an old childhood friend of his, Arnie, he finds out is gay and now, like, obviously 60 or 70 years old. And Red Skull brainwashes him to turn him into a homophobe. And Captain America goes and beats the shit out of Red Skull and then frees Arnie from the mind control. So, even on homosexuality, Marvel was ahead of its time.
right. I don't think there was any minority in the history of Marvel that they would ever frowned upon. It's like they might not have made all their characters gay back then, but they never would have said, "Don't be gay, that's bad." It's like that's the work of the devil, man. You can't do the stuff like that. They were always very open-minded with everything. So yeah, there will probably never be any issues found with their writing from back then regarding minorities.
Oh damn it, I forget his name every time. And every time I have to ask you, the X-Men writer, the classic X-Men writer, Chris
Claremont.
Claremont. Didn't Chris Claremont intend Storm and Wolverine to both be bisexual?
I want to say yes. One of the Storm's more bisexual traits that Claremont gave her was, I believe she was like attracted or interested in Yukio, and that would lead to her Mohawk phase.
Yes, right, the punk thing. Right,
Yeah.
with Yukio, I did read those issues. Yeah, I remember that. Logan, I don't remember there being any implications of that, but at the same time with Logan, it's just like, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Logan's been around for 150 years. He's probably
Yeah.
experimented at some point.
Absolutely. Those are my thoughts too.
With Logan, the giveaway was that one scene where he's looking at the picture. Was it usually a picture of Scott?
That's been edited to be 1,000 different pictures. I don't remember what the original was. The one I usually see is the one where it's a picture of Rogue's ass. From that one fucking scene where it's Rogue versus Apocalypse, and for whatever reason, Rogue's ass is really well animated and drawn.
Right. Those artists knew what they were doing.
Yeah. I
Give me a
miss
second,
Rogue.
I can look it up.
The fucking Fox X-Men movies make me miss Rogue, but they make me miss every female X-Men member.
They make me miss every X-Men member.
Except Wolverine!
Except Wolverine.
Fucking hell. Ah. Speaking of somebody who knew how to write X-Men, old Stan Lee. I mean, well, admittedly, Stan Lee did have his old wells he'd go back to. Lord knows Stan loved him some love triangles, didn't he?
Right. Love triangles and damsels in distress.
Yep. Spider-Man, they got a love triangle between Pete and every girl in the fucking high school.
Okay, it seems like from my 5 seconds freaking search, it seems like the original scene contained a picture of Logan, yeah, Scott and Jean,
Ah,
and he's putting his hand over Jean's face, so I'm gonna assume that he's looking at Logan.
And Scott is on the
Yeah.
left or right with his face X'd out,
that
like in pen.
that
No, it's like,
is that why Logan always wanted to get with Jean to establish sexual dominance over Scott?
yeah. I mean, if you post a timestamp, I can post the picture.
It's like in GTA 5 how Trevor's always like sleeping with dudes' wives or girlfriends to establish dominance over the guys.
That'll be a post timestamp.
Oh no, okay, hang on, there we go, post it, throw it up there. Oh!
So according to my research, this is the original scene.
Yeah. I love it.
So yeah, as I've said,
That's a very interpretable scene there. Also, I love that you,
That's really freaking creepy that he would have a picture like that in his room.
as I've said, Wolverine longed for Scott.
what's worse, the fact that he's got that picture or the fact that he's lying in bed in his costume? Is that what? Is he like Night Owl? Does he need the costume to get it on?
I guess so. It all makes sense now.
But it is the classic blue and yellow, so I'll give him that. I say in the company of people that probably prefer the brown and yellow.
Addie has no preference.
Yeah, I only know this costume, so.
Well, shit, nowadays they don't give him a costume at all, so fuck.
Yeah.
He's
I
just some
prefer
guy.
this costume to not having a costume at all.
Yeah. I think we can all agree on that. I'm not a huge fan of the brown and yellow, but I'd take brown and yellow over no costume at all.
Right.
Brown and yellow is so that you won't notice.
So, anyways, back to the topic, just to wrap it up. Rest in peace to Stan Lee. He wasn't a perfect
Indeed.
individual, but no one is.
Right.
I would say, what's your favorite Stan Lee created character? But the thing is, that base would be too wide. Oh.
Yeah, then there's also the part where my only point of reference is Spider-Man, and this one show he held where people could act like superheroes or whatever the hell it was, like this game show, and then he made a action figure of the winner.
I remember that show actually, but Addie, are you interested in any Marvel characters outside of Deadpool?
Well, the symbiotes sometimes. Blade. Actually, I like Blade.
Congratulations, you've listed the two other characters that aren't Deadpool that haven't been made by Stan Lee.
Who else? Freaking.
I was trying to make a point
I like
here.
Mysterio.
Mysterio is probably a Stan Lee creation.
Yeah. Ditko and Stanley.
I feel like Mysterio would have been one of the classic Spider-Man villains, wouldn't he?
He was easily one of the first.
Can't forget the very first Chameleon. What a classic!
What a classic.
Did he also look like he's a freaking ham?
A ham?
Like the Shocker?
No, he just wore a gray face, I think. But yeah, Shocker also a Stan Lee creation, I think. So, hey, in a little bit more of delightful, weird news, the first trailer for Detective Pikachu has been released.
Wasn't this a video game?
It was a video game, but now they're making a movie out of it. I think.
But the video game's not out.
Is the video game not out? It might be a video game tie-in. Or rather, the video game might be a tie-in to the movie.
I don't think the game's out yet.
This is so complex. I never would have expected something like this from Nintendo.
So yeah, while you were talking about comic books and stuff, because I forgot to watch the trailer before we started, I skimmed through the trailer and yeesh.
I don't know what to think of it, honestly. Because all the human parts look bad, but at the same time, Detective Pikachu himself looks fairly amusing.
The thing about this whole thing is that Pikachu shouldn't speak in English.
I think that's the idea, isn't it? Like, holy
yeah.
shit, this human can understand what Pikachu's saying. He must be fucking a mutant or something. Is this the product of Heidenreich? Is this the product of Heidenreich raping one of the Pokemon?
Yes. Detective Pikachu is what you get when you mix Heidenreich and Pikachu female.
No, the human is. Because nobody can hear the Pikachu aside from this guy, so clearly this guy must be the weird one.
Right.
I'm just saying, man, it's the most logical path.
One day we will get big, and another day our fans will probably put up a petition to have Heidenreich actually put into a Pokemon game.
It won't happen, but somebody will make a mod where the nurse is replaced with Heidenreich, I guarantee you.
Not the nurse that they care.
Both.
Yeah, both.
Heidenreich is the nurse. You bring your Pokemon for him to heal them, and sexual healing just starts playing in the background. So, yeah, Detective Pikachu. I was kind of hoping this to be hot garbage. It's not quite hot garbage. It still looks like it's going to be really fucking weird, though.
Yeah. I saw it and I thought it looked delightfully stupid, and I almost can't wait to see it.
Yeah, there's definitely a degree of delightful stupidity to this. That's for sure. By the way, Ryan Reynolds went into this saying he was going to do a Danny DeVito impression for the entire movie. He's not. He's just being Ryan Reynolds.
Right.
Wait, who's Ryan Reynolds?
Pikachu.
Oh.
Deadpool is Pikachu.
It's a crossover you didn't know you wanted, but here it is.
Will Pikachu kill freaking Carnage with dubstep?
He might.
That would be fucking great if he did. And he's making the usual Deadpool one-liners as he does it.
Well, yeah, Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool, so.
And did
but
you guys...
isn't his whole shtick now that he genuinely is just a character 24/7?
I think so. I think that's part of it. Well, the thing is, Ryan Reynolds was already Deadpool before he was playing Deadpool, let's be honest.
Right.
Like, Ryan Reynolds is genuinely a guy that has spent much of his Hollywood career being like, I should play Deadpool. And now that he's Deadpool, he's just Deadpool all the Deadpool time.
Yep.
Like, that is one actor that you look at and you're like, yeah, he's living his dream.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to give him $1 million or $1 billion to move away to a farm in the middle of nowhere.
No, wait. I can do it if I give him $1 billion and a Deadpool costume and a camera.
But no internet connection. He uploads things to YouTube through pigeons.
Through pigeons.
I was thinking either that or like 50 years from now when he passes away of old age, somebody goes out there and finds that there's just a massive pile of tapes of him filming his own Deadpool movies. By himself.
They can become instant cult classics.
People think they're like high art, like David Lynch or Andy Warhol movies.
Right. But no, it's just Ryan Reynolds in a Deadpool outfit, doing vlogs, alone in the woods.
Oh, man. Did you guys see the Pro ZD video about Detective Pikachu?
I did not.
Me neither.
Ah, okay. I actually posted it on Discord. It's right below
Yeah, I
it.
saw, but Yeah, I
Oh
saw,
yeah,
but
there it
I
is.
was like, I'm gonna go with whatever seems topical
Somehow
or
I
untopical. But
somehow I skimmed over these past, not past two, over these next two, but I did see the third one.
important. That's the word I was looking for.
Well, the video's real funny. Fuck you guys.
Oh
So,
no,
Fallout.
that next topic.
So Fallout 76. You guys knew how it was already a train wreck in the beta, right?
Right,
And you know how it's kind of a train wreck now.
right.
They may have fixed this by now. I haven't been keeping track of the news story, mostly just because this is already amusing on its own. But if you installed the beta and failed to uninstall it before the game released, you cannot uninstall Fallout 76 without buying the game.
This is just freaking, I forgot his name. Whatever. But that's the guy's scheme to buy another freaking like 5 more copies of Skyrim along with along with Fallout 76.
He's holding 50 gigabytes of your computer data hostage.
Yeah.
This is the future of gaming.
Who would have thought that freaking um who would have thought that Fallout was just what's the word I'm looking for?
A hostage takeover scheme for more Skyrim?
No, there's this type of virus that locks down your computer and encrypts your files until you pay up.
Okay, I don't know my viruses.
Yeah, it's just that. Like there's no game, so that actually fits. According to our friend Ethan, who actually bought the game, the game
Poor
the game
bastard.
went from a 5 to a 3 or so. Like,
And we're
I
talking
think he
out of
said
10, right?
yes.
Not out of 5. Okay, that's important. Starting at
Right.
5 out of 10 is pretty bad. And going any lower.
Yeah, so basically what he said that on release day or so, whatever, the game felt unfinished, but somewhat enjoyable. And then he posted, I think today, that he's been playing more of the game, and his enjoyment is lowering exponentially.
Yeah,
My
kind of like how Fallout 4 was.
Yep.
Kind of like how any Fallout aside from freaking New Vegas is.
My understanding is
Okay, maybe not the first two, whatever.
Fallout 3 also did pretty well. But
I don't believe that anyone has ever actually played the first two Fallouts, so
I
own the
did.
first one, technically.
I kicked on the first Fallout, and it was like, oh hey, go find this vault to get the water chip thing. And I was like, all right. I went there, and there was a hole, and it was like, all right, put rope down the broken elevator shaft to get down. And I couldn't figure out how to put rope in the elevator shaft because it's an old fucking computer RPG.
But here's the thing: you need to go to the nearest town where you start, and then you need to I don't remember what you need to do to get the rope. I think you need to harass people for 10 days straight, and then they'll give you rope.
I did,
And
or
then you
I
need
already
to-
had rope. I found rope in the vault.
Oh, then I'm not sure.
his problem was putting the rope down the hole, not obtaining the rope.
Did you try hanging yourself?
No,
That's what he did next.
I did quit, and I haven't started the game up since. So we'll just assume my character hanged himself.
Yeah, he tried turning it off and on again.
So the what was I going to say? Fallout 76. Now that we're seeing how much it is just Fallout 4 but multiplayer with no quests or story of any kind, I'm questioning this sounds like it's basically Ark or Conan or any one of these free roam survival mass multiplayer games.
Right.
If they had been designed to be single player RPGs.
Right.
So what we're saying is that all of these games suck.
Conan and Ark are good for what you're trying to get out of them. Conan is noticeably worse on console, where the game won't let you access half of its fucking features because the console can't run it because it was built for crazy PC rigs.
Rest in peace, Cthulhu.
A golden statue appeared, so God just wiped Cthulhu out of existence because he couldn't handle both of them. God's just like, stop bringing them out, stop. All right. So, Fallout 76. You remember how we mentioned at one point, oh yeah, if it goes on like, I don't know, Game Pass or something, we'll probably try it. Yeah, I don't think we will.
Probably not.
I mean,
Like
if
if
that's how
if there's a free weekend, I'm all in. But aside from that, no.
Speaking of free weekends,
Oh no, what's happening?
I think Siege is free for the weekend.
Oh yeah, it
We,
is.
we won't get anybody to play with us, but it's free.
I think today we have learned hardcore that we are not getting anybody to do anything with us, so...
Yeah.
Nobody likes us anymore. I don't think they ever did.
Alright,
We'll
then.
show them. We'll show them.
So who's ready to go from one delightful wreck of a news topic to another?
We're going from extortion to The Rock.
So I just want to point out that title, Fighting with My Family. This is how you get accused of domestic abuse.
That? And also, I don't think it's an accurate title. Is it? Because what I saw in the trailer, I tuned out completely after... I don't know. I don't want
I
to
didn't
say.
even see the title, the freaking trailer, so give me a second.
Eddie, what is wrong with you? We're all prepared. You're off there. You haven't seen anything.
Pink, have you watched the trailer?
I did. I actually watched it the other day because it played in an ad on YouTube, and I was like, "Oh, yep, Alex is gonna put this up on Saturday, so let me watch it now."
Yeah. Save yourself some time.
Yeah,
So
I came prepared.
So I dropped out once Vince Vaughn turned away the Page's brother because I knew that was when it was going to get hokey, right?
Right.
So why the hell are the white chicks in this movie?
I mean, you're not wrong. They are the white chicks. But are they played by the,
I mean, they're not, but they're literally the same people. They look the same.
So you're saying that I don't know who those girl actresses are, but I like the idea that you're like, well, they basically look like two black dudes in whiteface, so
They're wearing the same outfit with the same hairstyle.
you're not wrong. I couldn't tell if they're supposed to be twins or not. Like, it's obviously supposed to be it's obviously supposed to say, like, oh, Paige is not your average girl. She's a punk. She's a tough girl and all that. So they show those two to show off how different she is. But, I mean, you're not wrong. They did go a bit far with it. Also, holy shit, Paige's actress does not look anything like Paige.
No, and I'm gonna assume that she doesn't have a natural accent because it sounds like she's doing a bad job of trying to imitate Paige.
Paige's
And it doesn't
actress,
come across as natural at all.
Paige's actress looks like the actress who plays Raven in the Titans show.
She might be, actually, because I don't know who... I haven't been keeping track of either actress, so it could be the same person.
It's a pale white chick, it's all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, pale white chick with long black hair.
The thing is, they're not going to look like Paige until they get anorexic, so...
And they also start abusing coke with Dario and freaking get shit tattooed on them.
Alright. I will say, I'll give the movie this. Casting Nick Frost and, what's her face? The girl from Game of Thrones. Help me here.
I don't watch Game of Thrones.
Me neither.
Fucking
We're no help.
Fucking Cersei from Game of Thrones. You and the audience will know the chick. Look it up, nerds.
Freaking, I like how it says meet an outsider. So, is this movie secretly about like Kevin Nash or Razor Ramon or something?
No, it's about the fucking Rock.
Scott Hall invades the movie halfway through.
Yeah.
Can I talk about how this is so clearly a Dwayne Johnson vehicle that it can't even be measured? I doubt
I like
Dwayne
how
Johnson
Dwayne Johnson is playing Dwayne Johnson in the Dwayne Johnson movie.
Can I just note Dwayne Johnson probably never met Paige in his life before they start production on this movie?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say, can I just say Dwayne Johnson never even met Dwayne Johnson?
All right. So, I wanna like the casting for this movie because it does have Nick Frost, it does have Cersei, it does have Stephen Merchant, and those three are all folks I like. At the same time, I've always found Rock incredibly obnoxious, and this seems like the most obnoxious Rock movie ever. And I'm not really interested in Paige's so-called struggle because it doesn't look like it's really much of a struggle.
I mean, if they put in her struggle with addiction,
They are not.
Paige got signed to the company when she was like 19 or 20. Maybe even sooner than that. She was probably 18.
Well, wasn't she main eventing her parents' wrestling promotion when she was like 16?
Yeah, or younger.
I feel like the movie should be about how fucked up that is, but it's not going to be. They're only going to portray that in a humorous light.
Right.
Because we already see, like, it's Nick Frost coming in and criticizing Paige's brother or Paige on her technique choking out her brother or something like that.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, they fucking cast Nick Frost. Of course they aren't going to make that character serious.
Like, how are they going to manufacture a struggle? Because she got signed young, because she started wrestling young. She won the NXT Women's Championship young. She won the Divas Championship on her very first night on the main roster.
she won dinner young.
Well, the manufactured struggle, I bet you, is going to be with the brother, because the brother got turned out, and she didn't. So is Vince Vaughn the villain?
Probably.
How does Vince Vaughn still have a career? Vince Vaughn probably will be the villain, though, given Day-Day's penchant for making themselves the bad guys.
Right.
You know what? The final boss of the movie will just be Vince.
Vince himself.
She has to fight Vince. And
in a ladder match, hanging above the ring is a contract for her brother.
And then,
how are they going to tie this into the weekly show?
They're gonna they're gonna have a ladder match for the freaking for the rights to Rey Mysterio's son. Never mind that he's like 20 years old.
Yeah, and he's training for wrestling now as well. It's crazy.
Paige versus Vince for the rights to Rey Mysterio's son and Paige's brother, but then Rock wins the match somehow anyways. Because he's the producer.
The Rock runs in with the Money in the Bank briefcase, climbs up, and replaces the contract with the briefcase.
And Stephen Merchant is just face palming and is like, last year I was in Logan. Can I just remind everybody of that?
Wrong? Things were looking up for me, man.
He's the fucking director. Oh, man. That movie is going to be a hilarious train wreck, I bet you.
Yep.
And, nah. So, in a bit of gaming news, PlayStation is skipping E3 for the first time in the show's 24-year history.
Yeah. Crazy.
So
PS4 got too big for E3 and they're out.
This could mean two things. So, either this means E3 is on its way out, or it means Sony got too big for its britches again. And this is going to blow up in their face.
People are saying that what they want to do is have Ghost of Tsushima be the last PS4 game and then announce the PS5.
Yes, they are definitely. That is definitely a thing that's been pitched because we're getting closer to 2020, and the console cycle roughly is 7 years at this point, and the PS4 did come out in 2013.
I just saw that the PS4 turned 5 the other day, which is crazy.
Oh yeah,
and you still haven't bought one.
I still haven't bought one. I do have the money now though, and I fixed all my issues with the bank. So, like at this point, I'm just sitting here waiting for Black Friday.
Oh,
you're not going to get Yakuza Kiwami, but all right. Well, actually, you might. When's Black Friday this year?
Next week.
Okay, yeah, you'll probably be able to get Yakuza Kiwami. But yeah, I think this is kind of a curious case because if this does mean the end of E3, that's going to raise some serious questions about how everybody that's going to handling shows is going to handle shows in the future, isn't it?
Right.
Because, I mean, Sony and Microsoft will obviously set up their own shows. Nintendo will just make big Nintendo Directs.
Mm-hmm.
But are Ubisoft just going to make their own show?
Yeah, It's like
freaking
for the smaller studios that aren't making consoles, what are they gonna do?
they just always start making sketches for the YouTube videos announcing games.
Yeah, it's like Twitch is probably their best option going forward because live streaming is the future. So
On the other hand, though, I really hope this blows up in PlayStation's face, just so I don't have to attend to multiple news announcements.
oh yeah,
Just so I can
I
be
quite
like, all right.
enjoy people collecting E3 news for me to skim through the next day.
I enjoy watching E3 because half the time it's a fucking train wreck.
I enjoy watching E3 on my freaking Xbox One and watching through Mixer so I can get bloody Sea of Thieves stuff.
Oh no.
You
And
poor
the thing-
soul.
The thing is, I've been watching it on the Xbox One in the past 2 years. The first year, I get bloody rare replay. On the second year, I get on Sea of Thieves.
Sure.
Like what's the thing they? No, they, not even that. Like it's not nothing physical. So
No, I'm in a
like,
shirt in the game.
No, what I got was a skin for the gun and the freaking what's it head thing. I think you put that near the boat's head or the ship's head, whatever.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. I can't immediately think
Yeah,
of it.
one of those.
Rare is owned by Microsoft now, right?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
So that makes sense on what you're getting with the Rare replay of the year prior and then the
Well, yeah,
Sea of
but-
And
Thieves
Rare
thing.
is Microsoft's redheaded stepchild that they love beating. So hey, of
But
course.
here's the thing, Pink. Rare Replay is $20. The Sea of Thieves shit isn't even worth freaking 20 cents.
And that's why they're giving it away for free.
Pink just popped his mic so hard.
Oh no.
But yeah, I would not tune into E3 for the fucking rewards. I only tune into E3 for the news. And I mean, I was joking before about, shitting on it with stuff like, giant enemy crab and all that. But man, the hype of some of the game announcements, man. Obviously it doesn't sound appealing to me having to keep track of, oh, Sony does it this time of year, Microsoft does it this time of year.
Yeah.
Unless they all just keep to the E3 schedule anyways and they all try to compete for the same hours, which I could totally see them doing.
Yeah.
You have to watch the Sony or the Microsoft show. You can't watch both.
And that's Sony will win.
No, it fucking won't. If there's anything we have learned from the fucking past 20 years of gaming, Addy, it's every generation there is one guy that comes out on top, and he gets too fucking big, and he thinks he's won, and then he does something stupid, and the next guy gets to take over the next generation. PlayStation got to win this generation because of the fucking Xbox One fumbles at the start. Now Sony's acting too fucking big, and now they're gonna fumble it with the PS5, and the Xbox 2 is going to take the lead again.
Right.
But the thing with this, I will laugh if they pull a PS3 again.
You
Like
explain.
here's a console for $1,000. If you want to buy it, just work more. It'll give you a sense of pride and accomplishment.
All right, I don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
Wasn't the freaking PS3 ridiculously overpriced?
I want to say yes, but what was I going to say? I do not know because I do not. Let me tell you, I do not remember 2006 or 2007 very well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wasn't buying consoles back when PS3 was a big thing either, and I didn't get a PS3 until probably way late into its life cycle. So maybe like a year or two before a PS4 or Xbox One would have come out.
I was on PS2 up until 2010.
Right?
Oh no, you know what?
So
I
was
was on something worse than PS2. I was on the Wii until 2010.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat.
I think
I
all
was-
three of us probably had parents that were like, "Oh, this is great. This will get the kids fit," and it didn't.
No, my parents don't hate me. I was on the PS2 until I want to say 2013, 14, something like that.
Yeah, that probably sounds about right. I mean, the
Mhm.
PS2, out of all the consoles that has the most fucking mileage, like PS2 probably is the console with the most mileage. So it does make sense that PS2 would be the one we'd all kind of stick with for a long time.
Right.
But yeah, but then I only played like 2 games. I played Sengoku Basara, I played freaking Tekken, and I played SVR08.
I don't know.
And that,
Tekken and SVR both have a lot of content generally, a lot of long-term content.
Yeah, I played 2006 for like 5 years straight on that thing.
Well, that had GM mode, man. That had the good GM mode.
Right.
Before 2008 was doing whatever the fuck it was doing. ECW, I guess. Remember when ECW was the third brand?
Yeah, crazy times.
now it's
Glad they're
255.
over.
Ah. So I want to bring up a little picture I found, because I forgot to bring it up when it was actually relevant, but I'm going to bring it up now because it's great. And you guys better fucking enjoy it.
Scroll down.
Did you
It
guys...
doesn't work because it doesn't have the same framing.
It doesn't really, but did you guys see that, that actually is taken from, sometime in, 2005 or something at one of the stupid video game awards. Stanley actually came out and gave an award dressed as Revolver Ocelot.
I've never seen that.
I'll have to find the clip for you guys afterwards, but it's crazy weird because Stanley announces himself as Revolver Ocelot.
Too bad we won't have him for the MGS movie adaptation.
That would be awesome. If it was just fucking
Yeah.
Stan Lee in a completely serious non-cameo role. So, on to the next news topic. So, funnily enough, now that we're all getting on the same console, Smite is implementing crossplay across all consoles, supposedly.
Right.
Speaking of which, both Smite and For Honor gave away free DLC on Xbox, so you might want to check that out.
Ooh, I will. You'll have to tell me about it after the podcast. But, so... And the thing is, they're also implementing cross progression or something, which basically means that
save.
Yeah, the saves will now transfer across consoles, which is what I always wanted.
So this means
is
that I
that?
can actually.
My progression on PS4 will now carry over to Xbox One. You guys, your progressions on Xbox One will carry over to PS4. And Soon is really happy because his progression on PS4 is going to carry over to PC, since he brought his PC with him to Boston, but he didn't bring his PS4. So I guess
Very nice.
I guess Smite with Soon is back on.
Yeah, and so this means that I will actually be able to stop Uller from walking. I won't have to rely on the busted ass stick on my Xbox controller anymore.
Or the broken right bumper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or the broken right bumper.
Well, what was that? Oh, right. Supposedly it's going to be launching with the launch of the Smite version, the Switch version of Smite. Not the Smite version of Switch, the
And
Switch
when's
version
that?
of Smite. Stupid. So,
When's that?
I don't know. I didn't bother to look it up.
Yeah, it's probably coming pretty soon. Like, not within the
Let me
next
look
month,
it up.
but it's got to be pretty soon if they're announcing it now.
So my idea I'm going to pitch, I should play Smite on Switch, Addy should play Smite on PS4, Pink should play Smite on Xbox One, and Soon should play Smite on PC.
July 24th.
Did you say July 24th?
January.
January 24th. All right.
All right, that's pretty close.
Yeah. It's like I figured it'd be pretty close, but when I thought he said July, I was like, "Whoa, that's way longer than I was expecting."
December
What's going on
2019.
there?
And I'm curious if you'll be merging with the cross progression. Will you be merging accounts? Because for you guys, it's gonna be pretty simple. Just all right, take all my Xbox shit and put it on PS4. And for Soon,
I have a PS4 account.
Oh, but for me, I put in a ton of progression on both PS4 and Xbox One. So how's it gonna handle that? Is it just gonna
Right.
be one they merge, or is it just gonna be all right, so one trumps the other?
Yeah, that's an excellent question.
I'd have to imagine it's the latter, because if it's the former, then Hi-Res would be losing God sales.
Right.
If it is the latter, then the PS4 account is absolutely winning. Fuck the Xbox account. But that is
Yeah, like go ahead.
I just want to say that more crossplay is absolutely delightful news.
Oh yeah.
But if only freaking NetherRealm would let us to actually play with each other.
Fucking NetherRealm with their
On the
time,
same,
with their
on
zone
the
locking.
same, yeah, on the same bloody console. Like, not even with the other console, just on the same bloody console. Let us play together.
My fucking god. NetherRealm's like the only guys who do that nowadays. I don't know why they do. Is it because of copyright laws or something? I don't fucking know.
It's because you need to call them on their slave name midway.
Ah, okay. I'll do that next time I see Ed Boon. I'll be like, hey, so either you can get rid of region locking in Mortal Kombat, or I can call you Midway. And it's Ed Boon, so he probably wouldn't give a fuck, but you know.
He would draw you a freaking scantily clad woman.
No, he'll just make another ninja, different color
No.
this time.
No, he will draw you a black person in yellow and black clothes.
But there's already several of those. Does he need more?
It's the only thing that black people can wear in Mortal Kombat for whatever reason.
Yep, you're not wrong. Oh man, that Jax outfit from Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Do you guys remember Jax's alternate outfit?
Yes,
Oh my god, that was the worst thing ever.
it was.
It made zero sense for Jax. Like, oh yeah, Jax, everybody knows him, big gangster rapper? What?
Yeah, didn't he have like SMGs taped to his hands and like feet?
He had SMGs on his back. Yeah, I don't think he had any on his hands. He had MMA gloves. He had a fucking backwards baseball cap because it was 2005. And he had a big, stupid gold chain necklace, and it was probably $.
Let me post this for Ping so we can actually see it.
Let me get a timestamp.
I'm searching for the picture right now, so.
Alright, tell me when you find it, and I'll throw down a timestamp. But yeah, Pink, you've played at least one Mortal Kombat game, right?
I don't think I have, to be honest.
Oh shit.
I've played their Injustice games, no actual Mortal Kombats.
Okay, for context, the character of Jax is a military soldier, no nonsense kind of guy who, Addy, let me throw up the timestamp. Let me throw up the timestamp, you fucker.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
All right, there we go.
Oh shit, the link is too long.
Oh shit.
Oh shit, this picture is so small.
I remember seeing that picture. Yes, it is a very small picture.
I don't think I can freaking. Bloody hell! Why can't I find a picture with a link I can actually post?
Oh my god, hang on, I'll help you look. So yeah, Pink, for context, the character of Jax is very much military, no nonsense man. And he that's pretty much been his only I mean, not his only, but that's pretty much been his central thing. But the thing is, he is black, so guess what they fucking did?
What'd they do?
That.
There we go. Oh, it did it before me. Okay.
I'll just throw that on the original fucking timestamp. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Rewind back to 5235 if you want to go see the fucking stupid ass Jax costume. God, that is just the worst.
There's also this robot guy called Cyrex, who is it was a yellow robot, and then when they because you know they had to make him an origin story, so W had to drop a timestamp. So this guy had no skin before, so this is what they did.
Cyrex?
And now he has skin?
The thing is, we'd never actually seen what he looked like as a human before, so it was kind of a reveal that he was he was black. But Cyrax is fine because it's not. Jax just makes no sense because it doesn't even begin to fit the character.
He looks like a character from a different game.
He does.
Photo.
Both of them do, honestly. Cyrax though, you got to include the Mortal Kombat 9 human outfit because it's actually really cool.
Yeah.
Are you going to actually? Should I throw a timestamp up?
No, I'm trying to show Pink what Jax looked in the game otherwise.
Alright, that one we don't really need to throw up. We'll just assume people have seen Jax at some point.
Yeah. There we go. This is how Jax looks in Armageddon normally.
Yeah.
So,
Totally different.
how does military robot man lead to gangster rapper? I don't want to say Ed Boon was just being racist, but
Right, I'm looking up human Cyrex, and then we can move on.
yeah, for Mortal Kombat 9, yeah, he was pretty cool. That one we're gonna throw up a timestamp for just because I love that costume.
All right.
All right, 5530. That's not the exact costume, but it's close enough. I think that's the concept art, isn't it?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
I think that's the concept art. Yeah, it's pretty much identical to the actual costume in game, and he looks really fucking cool.
Yeah.
It makes sense that that human ninja turns into a robot ninja someday, you know? Now, the amusing thing I always found about Cyrax as a human is we knew about Cyrax as a robot for years, and Cyrax as a robot had dreadlocks. So the fact that they retroactively gave human Cyrax dreadlocks as well is hilarious.
But then you also have Sector, and they just strapped freaking flamethrowers on human Sector's hands because flamethrowers are the most well-known freaking ninja weapon.
I love that. It's so stupid. Like, the only thing stupider is that human Sector still has to launch rockets as well.
Oh, right. How does he do that? Because I forgot. Like, does his chest open up still?
No. It's one of the few cases where the costume actually changes the animation, because instead he fires them from, like, wrist gauntlets instead of his chest.
Alright, yeah.
Now, who knows how those rockets fit in there, but, you know.
If his chest would have opened up, that would have been an interesting animation choice.
Mortal Kombat already has the blood and gore systems necessary, man. It's like a fucking Half-Life zombie, you know? Where it just horrifying the ribs just tearing themselves open, launching the rocket, and then reassembling themselves. Like some Cthulhu shit, you know?
Or he's like, I'm not sure if it's the Half-Life zombies that have just the freaking the ribs poking out. It just opens up. It doesn't close up ever again, but it's just a constant fire of rockets.
Yeah, that was definitely a Half-Life zombie thing. That was supposed to be their mouth, was the chest opening. Alright, what were we talking about?
Something not as interesting.
Alright, high-res Smite crossplay, yay! It's great, everybody should do it, fuckers.
Yeah.
So, y'all
For
have heard...
that episode of them, but yeah.
Y'all have heard about the Castlevania series on Netflix, yeah?
I don't
I
think
have.
Netflix.
And it's apparently pretty fucking good. As in, people say it's the best video game adaptation to the movie or television screen yet.
Isn't it like an anime, by the way?
It's more Western animation than it is Eastern, definitely.
Then what freaking show, or not show, but video game anime adaptation were people talking about a while ago on
Assassin's
Netflix?
Creed.
Oh, right,
Which-
right.
Also from the same guy, Adi Shankar.
So that's why I remembered something anime with his name.
Yes,
With
so
their name. Yeah.
this guy, Adi Shankar, the guy behind the Netflix Castlevania series, has said that he's going to be picking up the Devil May Cry license for another Netflix animated series, which he says will be set in the same universe as Castlevania. Now, I don't know a whole lot about the Castlevania animated series, but my understanding is that it's considered canon. So does this just mean that Castlevania and Devil May Cry are set in the same universe canon now?
No, it just means that Konami now owns Devil May Cry.
Oh no, that's worse.
Very interesting.
I mean, if it drops, and if you want to see where the series started, I do have all of the actual Devil May Cry anime on CDs.
That's part of what I'm curious about, because I think the anime covered from DMC3 to DMC1, but I haven't watched the Castlevania series, but my understanding is it's trying to cover the entire Castlevania series, right? Like, it's covering, like, the era of Simon Belmont, the era of Rector Belmont, the era of Alucard, and all that, right?
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I don't either. But Adi Shankar apparently said that he acquired these Devil May Cry rights myself, so the jabronis in Hollywood don't fuck this one up too.
He acquired the Devil May Cry license through Pachinko.
Hey, Addy, I said it's not owned by Konami, damn it. But
Yet.
what a fucking hero. Is this guy just going to be going around picking up all the video game licenses?
Every video game will be set in the same universe
That would
once he gets his hands on them.
Hang on, you realize what that would lead to, right? Because
Super Smash Brothers.
Better than Super Smash Brothers, Video Game Avengers.
Right.
If we need to the Ultimate Showdown and Ultimate Destiny.
That too. But apparently, yeah, he's actively saying, like, oh yeah, we're starting a video game universe. Okay, so I'm looking over this Adi Shankar guy's stuff. And yeah, this guy's got a clear thing he enjoys doing. Because he's apparently a big producer who's only 30. And he's produced the Dread movie that everybody loved and became an immediate cult classic. Pink, did you hear about the indie Punisher short that actually got Thomas Jane to come back as Punisher? Dirty Laundry?
I've heard about it. I've not seen it.
He produced that.
Oh.
He produced a Venom short. I didn't hear about that. He produced a Judge Dredd short, a Power Rangers short, a James Bond short, a Mr. Rogers short. Wait, does Mr. Rogers exist in the Devil May Cry universe?
Yes. Doesn't he actually win the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny?
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Give me a second. I can look this up.
Oh, and he's the same guy who's behind the Assassin's Creed anime.
What?
Yeah.
Figure it out.
He's the same guy behind the Assassin's Creed anime.
Who knows? Maybe that it's good.
Are we saying that Assassin's Creed, Castlevania, and Devil May Cry are now all set in the same universe?
But wouldn't that mean that Prince of Persia is also in the same universe?
Yes, and Assassin's Creed is somewhat tied to Metal Gear as well, isn't it?
Yes, and then Assassin's Creed is also tied to the Near World. So we are in the Castlevania universe.
Everything is connected.
And hey, don't Castlevania, Assassin's Creed, and Devil May Cry all kind of have a Christianity thing about them?
Yeah.
This is actually working really well.
Mr. Rogers does win the freaking Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny.
Holy shit. He's doing it. This Adi Shankar is the Kevin Feige of video games.
Eddie Shankar is starting out freaking a cinematic universe based on a Nelson Serega music video.
What a fucking hero. I like this guy a lot already. So, obviously, I am beyond hyped for a Devil May Cry animated series on Netflix of the same caliber as the Castlevania animated series. This does unfortunately mean, though, I've been sitting on a Netflix free trial for a while now that I haven't used yet, because I've been waiting on the Punisher Season 2, and now I'm going to have to wait longer for fucking Devil May Cry Season 1. First world problems. But, holy shit. I got several questions about that. None of which I will ask, because neither of you guys really care or know that much about Devil May Cry, but holy shit. That is some good fucking news for Devil May Cry.
I mean, as I've said, while waiting for that, we can do something so you can watch the freaking anime
Meh.
while you wait for the first season of the new show.
Maybe, I don't know, I'm fairly busy. I just found out on that Hulu has Ghost in the Shell, Cowboy Bebop, and Akira, which are all like pretty much the three animes that I actually had any interest in watching. So I need to spend this week fucking watching those, so...
I didn't like Akira that much.
Yeah, Akira, I think, is mostly just credited for being the first of the really adult animes, isn't it?
Right.
I mean, it does have a rape scene, which is
Oh,
pretty graphic.
oh,
I'm
God,
pretty sure Akira is pretty graphic in all regards. Don't people like
Well,
to
yeah, I mean, the
explode
people
in that
turn into
movie?
big, giant, freaking meat monsters, but
Right.
God damn it, Japan. And Akira's one of the only ones who was actually successful in the West, wasn't it?
yeah.
How strange.
Yeah. I guess rape is okay if you put it in the fucking frame of being a serious movie, huh? Instead of it being porn, like Japan normally does.
The thing is, in Japan, you can't actually show penetration, and I think the rape is stopped before anything happens, aside from the I don't remember if it's a woman or a girl, but before her top gets slipped off. So they only show breasts from what I remember, but still,
Ew.
it's not like they're trying to imply what would have happened.
Yeah,
It's pretty clear.
I think I've heard enough already. So, from the depressing note of fucking rape, let's hear about another stupid bit of news. So, fucking David Arquette's back wrestling. I didn't hear about this until just now. And apparently, he was doing a hardcore match, the fucking dumbass. And he got his fucking neck opened up by a fucking light. What was it? The light bar or something?
Yeah, light tube.
A light tube. Which, of course, they still fucking use those.
Yep.
Who goes to watch hardcore death matches these days?
Who goes to watch David Arquette wrestle?
Somebody who spent too much time watching Scream?
Yeah, I actually saw David Arquette announcing that he'll be wrestling again. I thought he was joking.
I
was
thought he
hoping he
was
was
too, to
joking.
be quite honest. And then I would occasionally see headlines like David Arquette wrestles at like MLW or something else like that. And like, what the heck is he serious about this? Because like in that headline, I'm looking at it right now. The man is 47 years old. And granted, DDP probably started at the same time. That is not a prime age to be starting wrestling.
And David Arquette isn't DDP.
Right.
He isn't doing enough yoga.
No.
Actually, that was what I was about to say, was DDP is like some kind of fucking fitness god. David Arquette is not. Like, DDP is like 70-something and still in incredible shape. Something tells me David Arquette's not going to be in incredible shape when he's 70.
Right.
Apparently, I didn't realize how old DDP was.
Probably not 70. I was being hyperbolic. Whatever, fuck
Yeah.
it. Oh my god, did you guys see the fucking what Cliff Bleszinski said on Twitter?
No.
That he's stepping away from making games.
He said that a couple months ago, but recently he got into some argument, and he said, "Oh, I gave people when I ended my company, I gave people severance for months. I always treated them well for something." Then one of his actual employees came on and said, "You must have a different definition of months, because we got 3 weeks severance." And Cliff Bleszinski said, "Oh, I was only using hyperbole." Like, no, fuck you. You can't just say you gave months severance and then be like, "Oh no, I was being hyperbolic."
Right. That's not right. Come on now.
That might be the greatest example, or not the greatest, the worst example ever of, "Oh, I was just joking. I didn't mean anything by it, bro."
Right.
Apparently DDP is 62.
I googled that as well, and I was going to mention that too. But then you started talking, and I thought it was going to be important or something. But then it was just that, and I'm kind of mad about it now because I could have been the one to tell the world DDP's age, but I'm not because it was you.
Look, you can both say it at the same time.
It's too late.
God. Addy, you see what you did? You see what you did? You set Pink off.
There's no coming back from this.
For events like this, I need to make a gif of the massacre of Pablo's at the end of Terraria.
This is the special event of the 50th episode. We're breaking up because Addy fucking set Pink off. Pink will go cry in his basement. I will go on to Hollywood superstardom. Addy will become the king of Central Europe.
And then go on to sink it before moving somewhere else.
That'd be impressive.
Just cut a hole in the whole freaking but basically island.
Trump comes up to you like, oh, we're gonna get rid of Europe. I'm sick of it. And Addie's like, no, not if I get rid of it first. So, yeah, David Arquette wrestling at 47 opened his own fucking neck up, and apparently he absolutely lost it and genuinely tried to beat the shit out of the other guy in the ring when he had his neck opened up. Walked out of the ring, walked back in, and then did he get pinned or did he pin the other guy? I forget.
I don't know. I didn't see what happened. I believe that the other guy pinned Arquette, and then Arquette stood back up and walked out. So, just a whole mess of things happened there.
Which should have been expected with David Arquette getting back in the ring.
In a hardcore match. A death match, mind you. I find this so incredibly stupid that death matches are still a thing.
Outside of video games.
Right.
I was about to say, where's Vader to pour paint in his mouth when he's needed, but then I remembered.
Vader's dead, Addy.
Yeah, he passed away earlier this year.
Vader wouldn't give a shit. Vader'd get back in there and be popping eyeballs back into skulls.
Vader would drink the paint himself and then pin Arquette.
The paint gives him powers.
Yeah.
It's like how the drunk old man character in a lot of fighting games have an alcohol subsystem where they get stronger the more they drink.
Vader has a paint one.
Yeah.
He also gets stronger whenever one of his eyeballs pop out.
I'm reminded of a part in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 where if Albert Wesker does a super move, he takes his sunglasses off. And the only way to put them back on is by taunting. So Vader has that. He does a super move that takes his own eyeball out. And the only way to put it back in is by taunting. All right. So the David Arquette topic.
David Arquette is billed as a former world champion, and that the commentators really hype it up as if this guy is somebody really important to beat.
I hope. I want this train wreck to build to an even bigger train wreck of delightful train wreckiness.
It's like, I wish David Arquette all the best, but come on now.
Next week, David
Arquette.
No,
you don't fucking lie, Pink. You don't. You were not thinking of David Arquette. Like, you haven't thought of David Arquette in the last 5 years outside of this moment. I fucking guarantee.
No. To be honest, I never thought about him ever. It's like, not until this headline popped up today, I was like, oh my god, David Arquette, he's still alive. Barely.
Not anymore. Apparently, got his fucking throat ripped out. Now he's just a revenant walking the halls of the arenas, seeking vengeance against the wrestlers of future days.
Future past.
Days of the future's past, but it's wrestling, and David Arquette is. Oh, Pink, help me. Who was the guy that invented the Oh, damn it. Whatever. Fuck it.
Next week, David Arquette will go on WWE and pin Brock Lesnar for the championship.
Well, that'd be a 180. We'd all go from being like, what an idiot, to what a hero.
And then he will proceed to eat like dupes.
Okay, I thought you were about to say he'll proceed to eat Lesnar, in which case...
I mean, it depends on which part of him.
I'm sure Lesnar is like 50% plastic anyways, but you...
Like his wife.
Oh, God. She's not 50. Who are you fucking kidding? 50% plastic.
In her chest, anyway.
That's an
I'm just talking about the chest. The rest of her...
50% in the chest? Are you kidding?
88.8%.
How much can he fit in there? I don't know.
Ask her. Ask Lesnar. Lesnar probably enjoys it.
How much is the plastic's percent chance of winning?
The plastic. 125% according to Scott Steiner. So, excuse me, according to Professor Steiner. Oh, man. So off that delightfully bad note, I've got a couple of topics that I prepared as the emergency backup 50th anniversary celebration topics to talk about, because we had some other stuff working, but it didn't work. So, Oh,
Murphy's Law.
yep. If we had
Right.
planned on it not working, it would have worked just fine. That's what we need to do next time. So hey guys, we're planning on you not showing up, and they're like, oh cool, that means I'll show up,
We need to set the Discord on fire.
and that will somehow cleanse it.
Yeah.
Oh, my thing cut out. I didn't realize.
I saw Pink leave, like, oh hey guys, I was here for the 50th episode, now I'm dropping out. You can't say I wasn't here.
I actually showed up unlike a lot of other guys.
Meh.
We tried, darn it, we tried.
On that note,
So,
As Addie leaves the room.
oh man, oh that's delightful. So, the first of the 50th anniversary topics, it actually works out that it's just the three of us here, since we're the three that have been doing the channel so far, but what is...
Right.
Alright, Addie, in your opinion, what is the worst game we've played for the channel?
let me look over the list. Probably Cards Against Humanity. Top of my head, though.
Oh yeah, I forgotten we
Like-
did that way back when.
Yeah, so like overall, I'd say Cards Against Humanity. But if we talk the, if we're talking the reboot arc or whatever the hell, or reboot onwards, then, possibly Farming Simulator.
Farming Simulator was a pretty bad one, yeah. We had to fucking
Oh, no.
work.
No, even better. Like, you know, I'd say Assassin's Creed Unity for the glitches, but then those were funny. I say Sea
Yeah,
of Thieves
I would
actually.
argue that Unity was far superior to Farming Simulator because with Unity there was a lot for us to do and a lot of content for us to make. With Farming Simulator, I felt like there was none of that. 'Cause
I'd actually
by
say-
the end of that, we were ramming tractors into each other, hoping for the best, and we couldn't even get the best results out of that.
Yeah.
The
No,
wor-
no, I would say
the
that
worst
the
thing-
worst was probably Sea of Thieves.
You know, I'll just, to finish off the Farming Simulator note, I should note the funniest thing that happened to us in Farming Simulator happened to us off recording. Because the fucking thing where I parked the tractor next to a house and got out, and the game bugged out and teleported me into the house.
Oh yes.
So we all tried to get the tractors inside the house. But yeah, the Sea of Thieves is such a fucking weird one. Because what they do have there works well, but there's nothing outside of that. Like, it's fun sailing the ship. There is nothing to do with your ship.
No,
Right.
no. The thing, what it's fun messing around and drinking yourself to death in game while people are yelling at you out of frustration because you can't lower the sails. It's not fun sailing.
I thought the sailing was the fun part because it actually got us to work together as a team.
Yeah. Did you ever actually sail the boat?
He did. We all did at some point.
Yeah, we all did.
All right. 'Cause I thought we did, but I wasn't sure.
The amusing
Addie
thing
may
was
have been drunk the entire time,
only,
boating under the influence.
only 50% of the time. I remember
88.8%.
Addie did try to sail while drunk once, and I think it actually caused the ship to go out of control.
How does that happen?
I guess it's the same
It
principle as
just
GTA.
flips like a canoe.
No, that happened after we got shot.
Right.
Yeah, that was another issue Sea of Thieves had. There's no reason to just not go to war with everybody you see.
hmm
Of Thieves.
That's what we call the GTA 5 problem.
Yeah. As for Assassin's Creed Unity, like being said, there was a lot of stuff to do. Yet yet Alex refuses to do another recording session.
I think we got our fun out of it. I think most of what was funny about that game was the bugs and the weird shit.
Right.
Because, I mean, we can go back and we can try and beat all the co-op missions, but, I mean,
There does come a point where it becomes less fun for us, and then once we're actually trying to beat the game and we realize how bad the game really is, and then it stops being fun for us. And
Yeah,
while the glitches will remain humorous, if you're trying to actually legit beat the game and you're just running into glitch after glitch, and not having a fun time, it's not as good as the first time you experience it.
I just feel like that. I just feel like that because all of us are under leveled. We didn't do any actual stat missions, and I see potential in trying to do a freaking max level stat mission.
Okay, Addy, let me point something out to you. We do not have infinite time, is the thing. If we chose to do an Assassin's Creed Unity playthrough, that would be cutting out time for Rainbow Six Siege, or time for BioShock, or time for PlanetSide 2, and you want to make PlanetSide 2 a thing once Pink gets on PS4, yeah?
Yeah.
So it's a choice we need to make, and I think that Assassin's Creed Unity would not give as much content as definitely not PlanetSide 2 or BioShock, and probably not Rainbow Six Siege, the idea of trying to push through and beat every level unrealistic. Now, are we capable of beating every level unrealistic at the current moment? Probably not. I think all three of us need to probably put more practice into that game if we want to seriously take a shot at it. I think we all need to figure out serious terrorist hunt strategies. But I think the three of us have proven that we're all capable enough at video games that we could eventually do it.
Right.
I'm not quite sure of that.
Fucking of course you aren't, Addy. You're you. So Pink, in your opinion, what is the worst game we've played for the channel?
Forza.
Forza was pretty bad. Forza was what I was considering for mine.
Forza was so bad we didn't even get to do it properly.
Yep, we couldn't get the game to fucking work.
Yeah, I still don't understand what the problem was because
don't. If any of us understood what the problem was, Addy, I don't think we would have had such a problem making the video.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I looked up the freaking like, I think I looked up the error code while we were recording, and it just said server issues, or more or less. And how the hell do I fix that? Like, you invited me, it didn't work. I invited you, it didn't work. Pink was stuck in the tutorial during all this.
Oh, that was the fucking mandatory tutorials, man. That's so bad in any game it's in. And Forza is one of the worst games about it. That tutorial is like 2 fucking hours, man. Probably 3.
I believe it.
Yeah. It is a pity because Forza, we probably could have goofed around a little bit in the open world, but I still do think also there's probably a good chance we wouldn't have been able to really do anything with that game outside of racing and ramming ourselves through the local environments.
Right.
And showing off goofy car designs, which did I ever tell you guys that I accidentally left that the car covered in profanity as the default car, and my family saw it?
No, you didn't tell
us. I thought you told. I thought your family saw it when they walked in while we were attempting to record it.
No, they didn't. They didn't actually. They didn't see it until at one point there. My sister and my dad were like, "Oh, hey, we want to play your car game because it's got cool cars," and I was like, "Sure." And so they kicked it on while I was doing work on my PC nearby, and I just look over, and the game kicks on, and it's got the fucking car, and it's just a pure black car with big white text saying "cock" on the side.
And then you told them that you just listed things you love.
Were they at all confused by the Doofenshmirtz?
No, they didn't see the Doofenshmirtz. That was the one that would have the hardest. That was the one I would have the hardest time explaining, honestly.
Well, you see, there's this German guy in this cartoon.
No, they've seen Phineas and Ferb, so that'd make it worse. Because they know who Doofenshmirtz is. So why would I have him on my car?
As I've said,
this person on this car along with all these other profane things.
Like, I think it had on the hood it was ass, on the side it was cock, on the back it was fuck you, then on the left side it was Doofenshmirtz.
Right.
One of these things is not like the other. For me, the worst game, I don't know. I was gonna go with Forza, but now that Pink has, I feel like I can't.
I don't know. We can all make a mutual agreement that Forza was pretty terrible.
I feel like I want to highlight Conan a little bit for just
oh shit, yes,
just how fucking broken it was in parts.
Right.
Just for the viewers, here's a little lesson in trickery, but no, here's a little look behind the scenes. So we recorded 2 hours of that game in 2 sessions. Of that of the 3 hours or 2 hours or whatever the hell, I could fit the whole thing into like 40 minutes because that's all that was interesting.
Oh yeah, that is absolutely a fucking issue.
Mm-hmm.
Because here's the thing, here's the thing, we got 3 hours of recording. Out of those 3 hours, we got 45 minutes of usable content. We played way more than 3 hours. We probably played like 16 hours of that fucking game. We recorded 3, and we got 45 minutes of usable content. A lot of that was just me going out and hunting people to collect meat for the cannibal god. Pink and Addie mining shit and building a house, and that was it.
And then becoming the supreme ruler or whatever the hell.
There was so much stuff that we had to do off recording because it just isn't interesting to watch or commentate over.
Like, I think that might be the kind of game where there'd be more content if we had cameras on all three of us, but at the same time, one person's camera should not be that much boring.
Right.
Also,
Cause it's a very delicate pacing with survival games. You know, because Minecraft and Ark both found ways to make it where you're always doing something interesting at all times, because the survival mechanics are paced in such a way that you aren't spending most of your time grinding.
I also think that it could have worked better if we say had like 15 people in the group who recorded, stuff together.
Well, that'd be a fucking mess.
Well, yeah, but then one team would go out mining, one team would go out hunting, and then the third team would build.
We couldn't even do that.
It's efficient, but I don't see how that would help us make the content.
We couldn't even do that, Addy, because the fucking game doesn't let you get far from the host.
Oh, that's right.
Shit, right. The host would be flying, like above all of them at the same time.
Yeah.
Instant transition.
But oh my god! But what up? And it had a farm simulator case again, where the funniest thing we had happened off recording.
Which one was that? Oh wait, when you blew up the house.
When I blew up the house.
Right.
And I knew that the game didn't let you turn into the monster instantly, but it was actually really funny how my guy was just standing there, and I was like, wait, it'll happen. Give me a minute.
Yeah.
And then I banned you.
And then you banned me, which made it worse. Which made it so much worse, because then we had to go through like 10 minutes of just trying to get me unbanned and back on the server.
Right. As I had rebuilt the house, because like half of it had fallen apart.
Yeah.
And all of it because I wanted to have a nice starting picture.
Where you made us like basically the fucking girls latched around your legs as you were sitting on the throne.
That's how it was.
Made my character's boobs way bigger for that.
I mean, if the house would
just steal the body of one of the fucking guards,
right?
If the house were bigger, maybe I could have fit in three thrones, but I could barely fit in the freaking lights.
Here's the thing, you couldn't fit the thrones in the fucking camera shot, because the third-person camera does not give you enough room.
Oh yeah, that's why I freaking went with the bloody stools.
We were not lacking
you
for
needed
resources.
us on the floor because you couldn't fit us in anywhere else.
We were not lacking for resources, Addy, that was for sure. You just turned on admin mode, and it's like, hey, you guys want something? Sure. If you hadn't turned on admin mode, I wouldn't have been able to turn into Cthulhu. Because that shit was late game as fuck. Like, I was thankful when you turned on admin mode, because that was what I had been working on for the entire fucking game, harvesting people parts, was to get to that point. So I was able to skip right to it thanks to you. It's really your own fault that the house got blown up, let's be honest.
You gave him the power, and he abused it.
And then I took it away.
But then you gave it back, and we got Cthulhu versus Golden Colossus God, except not really. Because the game couldn't fucking handle it. Because they put it on console, like, they could have, if they would have lowered fucking textures on some shit, or if they would have made it so the game could actually just run just fine, it probably would have been fine. They could have had the gods versus each other, but no. So on a more bright note, Addy, in your opinion, what was the best game we've played for the channel?
The best game. Well, from what standpoint? Because from a lore standpoint, definitely
Let me change
Terraria.
that. What's the most fun we've had? Most fun game that you've had recording?
Sengoku Basura. Just your reactions to the madness that it brought.
Yeah, I ordinarily don't watch the videos I'm actually in, but I'm probably gonna go back and watch the Sengoku Basara video for at least my reaction to one particular samurai that shows up in that last level we did before we finished recording.
Yes, I'm gonna have to upload that video still.
Yeah,
But
that's pretty great.
yeah, we'll come back to this topic in a bit. But yeah, aside from that, or for a game that all of us appeared in,
I don't want to spoil it too
Huh.
much because now I'm thinking like one of the other Sengoku Basara games. Now we're gonna have to get Pink in. We're gonna have
Yes.
to expose him to this.
I mean, we will do a Sumeragi playthrough as well, so we can do a thing where we share play the game, and both of us play, and then Pink watches. But yeah, we'll talk about this off screen.
Yeah.
As for a series that all of us were in, the most fun. I'll
It
bring up
doesn't
Assassin's Creed
necessarily
Unity
have to be
once
that all of
again.
us were in it. I would say it doesn't necessarily have to be that we were all in it.
But yeah, like overall, I say Sengoku Basura for one that all of us were in. I say Assassin's Creed just because of the bugs and freaking Miracore dying and Pink's Oscar-worthy performance.
Is it Oscars that actors get, or is that musicians?
Oscars, Grammys is for musicians. Oscars are for
Okay.
actors. Yeah. All right. So, Pink, what was the most fun game for you recording?
I had a very love-hate relationship with Payday 2. I thought there was a lot of fun to be had in there with you guys, but I also wasn't a big fan of the gunplay they had.
Really? Because I absolutely adored the gunplay.
It's like it all felt too kind of fast-paced for me, I think.
Oh, that is absolutely a Payday thing. Yes, it is very. Coming over from Overwatch, yeah, I can see what your issue would be.
Right.
Because that is a game where it's like, oh yeah, here's 10 cops, get snap headshots on all of them.
So yeah, I think Payday was probably one of my favorite games that we played together for the sheer insanity that it brought.
Oh man, wait, are you talking about the Christmas thing or are you talking about the Shadow Raid?
Both. The Christmas raid was fantastic, and the Shadow raids were a pain in the ass, and it was fantastic.
Because Shadow Raid is what I'm aiming for, honestly, with Rainbow Six here. Is the fun of us throwing ourselves at a wall until eventually we break it.
The thing is, with that, for us to accurately replicate replicate Shadow Raid, you need to desync and then just yell guard every 3 seconds.
Just have that playing in the background the entire time. It's just John Wick and fucking who was I playing as? Bonnie?
You were playing as the guy from
Jacket.
Yeah, you were playing as Jacket.
And who was Pink? Pink probably was one of
Pink
the
was
default.
Bonnie, I think.
Okay.
Cobra Commander.
Just all three of those people yelling guard, guard, guard. But since it's Jacket, Jacket occasionally says it in Spanish.
Right.
Gardito.
Gardito. Isn't that a chip?
I wouldn't know.
Well, I think Ito means little, so.
Small guard.
Do you guys ever see that one fucking picture? Hang on, I'm gonna go bring it up.
Small guard. He's only about 5 feet.
Alright.
No, small guard. Small guard is freaking Highlander.
Highlander.
Or not Highlander. Freaking Valkyrie. Biggest weapon, like 50 centimeters wide shield.
So enjoy that. My favorite thing is how he looks like he doesn't know what to do with it.
That picture's incredible.
I mean, Wouldn't that bring out an existential crisis out of you?
No? Confusion, perhaps?
I can find those doors.
In Mexico.
I need them. I need them in my life.
Oh man, the cheese powder on that. Like, if you had a problem with getting cheese powder on everything else from Doritos, how about Doros?
Your hands are just orange and it spreads up your forearm.
Okay, Addy. Addy, you know how we've jokingly suggested at one point making a FOS video game? There needs to be a healing item that is a bag of Doros.
You merely adapted the cheese powder. I was molded by it. I was molded by it.
Alright. So, for my part, what I think is the best, it's difficult to say. I think Pink, God. So I think Pink and me are already making our fun with Scribblenauts en masse, but that's partially just because we're voicing the characters, and I think that's
right.
a lot of fun. But outside of that, it's difficult to say. Because Terraria, we definitely we had a lot of fun with certain spots. And there was a lot of drag. There was certainly a lot of drag. And once Terraria finished, it was a huge weight off my shoulders. Because there was so much off-camera work I had to do to make that series work.
And it still didn't.
Yeah, it did to a certain point, you know. I did feel angry, though, once I actually saw a clip of somebody beating the Moon Lord, though, and I was like, fuck! Because, you know, they just built a platform where it blocks his big eye up top, the big laser he does, and I felt angry. Whatever. But Terraria was so good for the little moments we got, you know? And...
Go ahead.
A lot of them are very conflicting like that. I will say we had a lot of fun. Up until the point where my voice gave in on itself and Pink had to go to sleep, there was definitely a lot of fun with Human Fall Flat as well.
Yeah. The thing is, like, in the videos, I'm really annoying. Off screen, I hope I'm not. But like, I play
Human
it
Fall Flat
up.
or Terraria?
In general. But you know, like, I guess I just took the role of the guy who puts the wrench in the freaking wheel.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why.
I think you and
because
me have both done that.
Yeah.
Because how many times were there in Terraria where I summoned a boss and tried to pretend it wasn't me?
Not even that. How many times did you blow up my kitchen?
It was an ugly kitchen anyways.
But it had a sign that stood for tasty.
That's what was ugly! See, it's moments like that, the Addy tasty, or the fucking when we tried to save the steampunker and we flooded Addy's room, or the Pablo engine. The Pablo engine was one of my favorite bits from Terraria, just for the absurdity of harvesting millions of goldfish to sell into slavery.
Right. You know, when you showed me that thing, I was like, on one hand, I really wanted to blow it up for the cameras because, you know, it's Pablo and I don't want my little Pablos to go into slavery. But on the other hand, I just didn't want to set any progress back because we had come so far and I didn't want to put any delays into our playthrough.
It probably would have been worth it for the content, honestly.
Well, yeah, but then you forget to consider that Pink was literally dying while we were playing Terraria.
Every time every session of Terraria took a day off Pink's life. Yeah, that is.
I'm gonna die so young now.
That was definitely a big motivation for ending Terraria. Was like, oh my god, Pink. This game does not do Pink at all.
Right. It's like it was a very love-hate relationship from the start. Because when we started, I was like, oh, this game is kind of janky, and it was clearly made for PC, and I don't think we're gonna get much out of it. But as we continued to go on, I was like, okay, no, this is the best series we've got going, and it needs to last forever and a day. As long as we can keep this going, everything will be fantastic. Then once we like defeated the wall of flesh and got into hard mode, I was like, okay, this is really good. This is good. Nope, nope, nope. This is bad. This is bad. Please end. When does this game end, please?
Around the 50th time we got ass fucked by the twins, your patience starts to run a little thin.
Right.
Yeah.
It was like, I by the end, I was like, I don't know what else I can really contribute to here because I was never really a contributing factor in any way. And then at the end, everything is all explored and we kind of have everything dealt with.
I don't know, because you brought the lore. I built the freaking buildings, and then I just set up the bosses.
Right. Alex was the one doing all the heavy lifting because he would set up the bosses, he would clear out all the blight or whatever it was called, the hollow,
And the corruption.
and the corruption. So it was basically Alex doing a big cleanup job on the Terraria world, Addie doing the hotel business, and then I was there wondering what the hell my meaning in life was supposed to be.
I want to track her for moments in that where I'm like, oh, hey, Pink, can you go do this for me? Because I just realized, like, Pink's just aimlessly wandering around looking for things to do.
Right.
What do I do?
Yeah, and this makes me wonder what we would do in Minecraft, because there will be a time when we'll do it just to continue the Terraria stuff, because Terraria is basically 2D Minecraft in it.
Yes, with way less capacity for creative building and way more capacity for actual gameplay
Right.
and actual progression.
Yeah, so like for one, I wonder what the freaking goal post will be, and I wonder what the hell we will do, because there's only so much we can do.
With Minecraft, I think it's more of a situation of making your own fun, you know? Because
Yeah.
with Terraria, we pitched the idea at one point of having a series of mini games for like the Christmas episode, but that didn't work out.
Right.
Minecraft would be like all that. Like, a lot of the cases would just be me or Addie goes and builds an obstacle course or builds some kind of arena for something, and then that would be what we do for the episode, you know?
But the thing is, like, technically there's an end to Minecraft, because you can kill the Ender Dragon and then the game is done.
No, the game
Nobody
goes further.
plays Minecraft for the ending.
Yeah, I was about to say that, but also the game goes further than that.
Well, yeah, I know, but the lore part of it is done. Whatever small lore
Who
there
gives
is.
a shit about Minecraft lore? Fucking Patton Oswalt? Ah.
Apparently wild kids. But yeah.
So,
Anyway, yeah. Go ahead.
Addie, what is your favorite Addie moment?
There are a couple that can that could work here. I don't remember all of them, to be honest, because I don't watch your videos. But like, one that stuck with me a lot is the tell my wife and kids that I'm black.
The issue with that one is, I think I was yelling at the time, so I didn't catch it in the recording. You reference it repeatedly. What video was it that you said that?
Terraria part 11 or 12, I don't remember. The one we beat Plantera in, because I remember we were laughing while kicking Plantera's ass, and then it died, and we still were laughing for like a good 5 minutes.
Right, when it got the triple kill and wiped us all out, yeah.
So yeah, there's that, and then I don't know, like, that's the one big point that stuck with me, because I remember a lot of times, like, there's the whole Heidenreich doesn't need a ditto,
Yeah,
for example.
that's a good contender for mine, yeah.
Like, there's a couple that I remember that we laughed, but I don't exactly remember what we laughed at. So yeah, I guess it's the tell my wife and kids I'm black, because, like, here's the thing. During that whole thing, I was nearly dead, and so I'm like, okay, I guess I'll make a stupid reference to this cliche saying in movies. So I'm like, tell my wife and kids, and then I'm like, oh shit, I didn't think this far. So I'm like, okay, quickly say something that kind of applies to you. And then I'm like, well, I suppose the character has been painted black, so that I'm black.
I wish I had caught that in the moment. Pink, what is your favorite Addy moment?
There are so many. One of the funniest things about a Terraria playthrough, and I don't know if anyone else knows this, but if you go back and watch through all the videos, it's like whenever me or Alex would find something like sort of valuable or something new, and we'd say like, "Hey, I found this golden laser sword," Addy would be like, "I'll take it." It's like if we would find something, we'd just give it to Addy, and he was always so happy to take it. And then there's his constant building of all our houses and whatnot, and that would eventually lead to the world famous defense dick. Like I to this day, I have no idea what his intentions were when he made that little thing, but I was glad he pointed it out before I did. To be honest,
I can give you a give you a rundown of what happened. So basically, the idea was that I will build a like small circular wall or something along those lines that goes upwards as well, so that we can expand the hotel, but it's also safe from anything that could interfere. And I was like, maybe it would look better if because it needed a door, and I was like, I don't want to just put a door down on the floor, so I built a small like stepping part, and I'm like, well, shit, I just built a dick.
yeah, because I had like walked over to you when you were building that, and I had seen you like put the little dick frame down, and I wasn't sure what you were thinking. Like, if is Addy like trying to make a little wiener here? It's like I wasn't sure if he was trying to make content or if he was actually building something of importance.
You called it little. It was bigger than a hotel.
Yeah, I think it extended up originally as the hotel got to be, and then I had to take it, and then I had to take it down to an embarrassing size because we liked food. and so that's the story of how the defense stick survived the freaking destruction of the hotel.
Right.
One half.
Yeah.
One half.
Oh man. And my favorite Addy moment. Oh, I was a big fan of the recurring hatred of the NPCs. I thought that was pretty funny, especially when Addy started putting them in prison cells.
Right.
But the Pokemon Heidenreich doesn't need a Ditto is so high up there. Oh, I feel like there's a big moment I'm forgetting though, from one of the one-offs. Oh, shit.
Let me list the one-offs that we had, so you can.
Virtual Fighter was pretty good for the domination.
Yeah. What about all the times that Addy kicked our asses? And then he insists he's not very good at the games, but continues to dominate.
Just complete domination. Oh man, there was the fucking from Dead Space when we enter that one room, Addy, and you keep dying to the same room like fucking 10 times in a row.
Alright, the window room.
The window room. Like either you blow up, you get chopped up, or you get sucked out the window. Either way, nothing good happens.
Right, so for one-offs, we had Sea of Thieves, Payday, Farming Simulator, Virtua Fighter, Tekken 7, which I called Tekken 5 in the intro. So I had to put up a disclaimer that I don't know why the hell I said Tekken 5.
How did none of us catch that?
I'm not sure.
I think I did, but I was like, you know what? Just let it roll. Just let it roll.
So yeah,
I probably didn't catch it because I didn't know what we were playing.
We had Injustice 2 and then Unity.
The arbitrary domination Addy had in Injustice, despite his limited time with the game, was pretty good.
I still have the video shared on my Xbox, the one video where I comboed Pink with one move 3 times.
Right.
Oh, you know what? The best Addy gameplay moment, though, is Siege. The one time Addy tried to throw a grenade over me when I was Montagna.
Yes!
It bounced over the top of the shield, downed me. Everybody circles around me to heal me, and then one guy throws a nitro cell and kills all 4 of us.
Yeah, and ends the game immediately. with the solid victory for the opposing team.
Play of the game.
This just makes me sad that we didn't record that one time I played with Pink, where I 1v4'd a whole team with
Right. With Shield
freaking-
Recruit.
Yeah, Shield Recruit, which is why I made him, unironically now.
Yeah,
'Cause if
I wish I could see that.
Because if that happens, then I'm beating the guy.
Yeah, he's your good luck charm. If I take Shield Recruit, I have to win. God's
Nobody
on my
sees a
side
Shield Recruit
now.
coming.
I have the power of God and anime on my side.
Oh, you're going with a shield and katana, and they're just like, "What the fuck?" The new samurai recruit hero.
I would play the shit out of it. Like, not even a katana. It's just a grenade launcher modified to launch katanas.
That's a Punisher weapon. You realize? Oh man. Now for the egotistical bit. Addy, what was your favorite Alex moment?
Huh.
Crickets.
You didn't watch our Forest playthrough, did you?
No. So
Terrible.
so I have to say something that happened either in Dead Space or one of the series that all of us played.
Well, you can say something from Sengoku Basra.
Yeah.
But
There are
then
no
I'd be
off
spoiling
limits
shit.
here.
That's true. That's true. No spoilers.
So going with that, I'd say probably the freaking. If only I'd remember the game. Give me a second while I remember the game.
Fighting game, shooter.
I think it was a one-off as well, but I'm not sure.
Oh shit, we haven't uploaded Halo yet.
All right.
Whatever, that'll probably come out.
I completely forgot that we did Halo.
What? It'll probably come out on Wednesday. So then it'll be out. So hey.
All right. So my favorite Alex moment would probably be when you summon the Eye of Cthulhu and interact us the first time.
Right in the mines. Right, and there was just shuriken everywhere in the mines for like the next 5 episodes.
Right.
Like every time one of us went in the mines, we'd be like, "Oh, hey, I picked up some shuriken."
I don't even know where you find Shuriken.
You have to
Like-
buy them from the merchant, from Edwin. From Edwin. That's why Addy didn't have any.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about that moment is I knew Addy was topside. Me and Pink were in the mines. I thought if I summoned it, Addy would be the only one who gets attacked because I didn't think the Eye of Cthulhu would go in the mines. So I kept asking Addy, "Is it nighttime yet? Is it nighttime yet?" And it's retroactively really obvious. Like if you know what I was doing, it's really obvious. But it's just funny because I kept asking Addy whether or not it was nighttime because I wanted to get Addy's reaction to him having to fight the Eye of Cthulhu by himself. And I think that was
But then it came through the mines.
And I think that was the first time any of us, that you guys, that I ever even seen a boss, right?
Right.
Did you guys even know bosses existed in that game at that point?
Yes.
You had
I think-
said that there are bosses because we were talking about all the differences between Minecraft and Terraria, but I didn't know that bosses were something that you yourself could spawn. I thought you encountered them in the world.
Actually, I'm lying because I actually have seen the Eye of Cthulhu before we recorded Terraria. Because I don't remember why or when, but I remember watching a Terraria video where there were people fighting the Eye of Cthulhu, but I don't remember what happened, and I only watched Terraria for that long. So
Yeah. Might be like the old Creatures and Yogscast video. I think that once upon a time the Creatures and Yogscast collaborated on a Terraria video or something.
Right.
But Pink, what is your favorite Alex moment?
I don't want to sound vain here, but I really enjoyed our Forest playthrough. And I think, unfortunately, some of my favorite Alex moments happened off recording in stuff like, what was that one? Skate.
all right,
What was the skate game we played?
Skate 3.
Skate 3.
Skate 3. So we played Skate 3, and that entire recording, unfortunately, had to be scrapped. But I thought that we had a lot of great moments in that one.
The Psycho Crusher,
quick
oh my god.
explanation.
Yes.
The Psycho Crusher, right.
Oh yeah. But also for a quick explanation. Here's why the skate video was scrapped.
And that's
So,
why.
yeah.
I think Addy was genuinely trying to do that intentionally, Pink.
Yeah. I'm saying that's why.
Oh, yeah. So, Skate 3 came out like that. It Jacob's laddered itself in the audio, not in the video for once.
Right.
But rest assured, there was a delightful, hilarious moment. I set up a character. I made a character who was a guy with purple hair. He was massively obese, balding, with purple hair, purple goatee, covered in weird pig tattoos, in his underwear. And we played the Hall of Meat mode, right? Isn't that what it's called?
Yeah, I think it is.
Which is the mode where you win by causing the most damage to yourself. And I won every time because I figured out a way to do a Psycho Crusher, and that, for whatever reason, increased my momentum to the point where my character would just explode when he hit the ground.
Right.
You did the unblockable
Psycho Crusher
version
straight under
from-
your head.
Yeah. And of course, I yelled, Psycho Crusher, every time.
You did the unblockable version from freaking the Alpha series.
Right, I did. What was he called, the super version of the Psycho Crusher? Is it like...
I don't remember.
It's something like Psycho Nightmare or something.
I think it is Psycho Nightmare.
Yeah.
Actually.
I love M. Bison. I need to do more M. Bison stuff. I need to change my avatar to M. Bison.
Buy me a copy of Street Fighter 5 so you can M. Bison.
Oh my.
Funny that we kind of migrated over to Street Fighter talk, because I think some of Alex's funniest moments have also been when he was losing to Addy in all those fighting games.
Virtual Fighter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole end bit. Like Pink is suffering like really quietly. He's like, so join into the next game where Eddie will kick our asses while W is yelling on the top of his lungs.
Fucking... That was the maximum Alex salt. That is probably the saltiest Alex is, like, not just on recording. That is probably the saltiest Alex has ever been. Period.
Right.
Maximum salt. The salt subsystem was at maximum.
And so I thought of this thing that if we make, because if I remember correctly, when we said that we want to make a video game out of the channel's stuff, and we said that we wanted to be like a fighting game or something, so it occurred to me, wouldn't it, if we ever do make a fighting game of the channel's stuff, wouldn't it be fitting to have Jackie Bryant be a character, but all of his moves are replaced by doing the hop kick, even walking?
Is that character going to be called Addy the Hero?
No.
That's a different character. That's just gonna be a color of freaking, I don't know, Kazuki Kazama or something.
Give Addy the fucking flip kick. Give him Jackie Bryant's flip kick. Give him some Akuma moves. He needs to have some Akuma moves.
And then give me a katana.
Yeah, just anything you can possibly do to make him slightly OP. That's Addy.
The thing is, like, don't give me a normal size katana. Give me a katana that's the size of a Buster Sword, so it freaking stretches the whole screen.
Right, give him the Sephiroth katana.
Yeah.
Smack you from the other side of the map while he's playing on a different map entirely.
Pink, your moveset would be a weird combination of all the crazy old dude movesets, but all the young sexualized girl movesets at the same time.
Right.
So you've got the alcohol subsystem, but you've also got Mai Shiranui's moves.
Pink has the alcohol subsystem, but he has to pour the freaking booze between his fake boobs.
It's like, what would my character even look like? Because I play a lot of the old dudes. I play a lot of the a lot of the Japanese women, and I play a lot of the fat guys. So how do you slam all those together?
A fat old lady with big boobs.
Right.
But
Fantastic.
speaking of how it would be represented, like I just imagine that since none of us want to reveal our faces or things like that,
I have revealed my face on several occasions.
but not in
As have
video,
I think.
not in video.
That is
Not-
true.
That is true, because one, I don't have a face cam. Two, I think face cams are kind of dumb.
I thought you were going
I
to
mean,
say.
I do have a beautiful face, but I don't think people want to see me just looking at a camera and talking.
I thought you were
I
going
could
to
be
say
wrong.
I thought you were going to say that you don't want to reveal your face because you don't have one.
I don't have a face.
It's just a pink blur.
Yeah.
It's like
but-
Christian. Instead of a blue dot, it's just a pink dot.
Yeah.
But yeah. So since none of us want to reveal our face on camera on freaking video, like I just assume that until we do some other game where we can actually make our characters ours, we just be represented by the freaking Terraria one, updated to not be freaking 8-bit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
I think we all have pretty generic looks that are good enough to pass off. I'm a white dude with a beard. Pink's a white Hispanic dude with a beard. Addie is
Right.
a white dude with a beard and glasses.
Right. It's like easy stuff.
Like, legitimately, I was thinking earlier, someday we should make a doodle of the three of us for the channel logo, for the channel banner. And I was like, we all look way too similar in drawing form. If you boil us down to our simplest physical characteristics, we're more or less just three dudes. The only difference is Pink would probably have a slightly darker skin, and Addie would have paler skin and glasses.
Right. And vampire fangs.
Ah, yeah.
The worst thing is that actually is a feature of my dental. So
I believe it.
So, alright. And my favorite... So, Alex, what is your favorite Alex moment? Oh, well, Alex, I'll tell you.
oh well, Alex, I'll tell Alex.
Oh, that Alex guy is a real son of a bitch. I love him, though. Speaking of love-hate relationships. Man, I mean, Pink's kind of right with the Forest, where, like, I go back to, like the Oracle and shit, and just
Right.
going crazy and talking for absurd amounts of time with the Forest. But at the same time, I think there was something with Terraria that I just absolutely loved doing every moment that I got to do it. And I forget what it was. I don't know. Because summoning the bosses on you guys was a load of fun. But,
You sure seem to like destroying the buildings that I made and destroying all of the freaking building materials, so I had to go and freaking farm wood.
Alex's favorite Alex moment, destroying the hotel.
Yeah.
and then destroy... Oh, you know what? That's spoilers. But, Oh, it is difficult to say. You know what? I'll stick with that. I'll stick with, like, just going crazy in the Forest.
Right.
Which, tune in for the multiplayer version of the Forest. Coming soon, trademark. The soon.
Depending-
I was just thinking, is our Sea of Thieves playthrough when we left you stranded on an island, is that just a precursor to the Forest?
Yeah.
I thought I was on the plane. I wasn't. Timmy's not even my kid. He's just some kid I found. Tune in.
But yeah, the Forest will start whenever Pink will get his PS4.
Yeah, I have to get the PS4 and the Forest. So, two things I got to get done real quick soon.
Yeah, and then we will
Have
all
just-
go crazy
have
together.
Have the
Yeah.
assignment done by tomorrow.
Have the assignment done by tomorrow. That's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't even work tomorrow.
I can't wait for inevitable moments where I'm trying to cook human meat to make bone armor, and then Addie or Goku accidentally eats the human meat. Delicious. All right, Addie, what is your favorite Pink moment?
I've already referenced this, but the Mary-Core moment.
Yeah, I feel sad every time that scene gets brought up because I wasn't there for it. I mean, I was physically there, but not in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like just watch it back. It's basically the same, but just the freaking how the game exactly just tied it all together with that music and Pink's performance. Just really like everything worked together so that that would be really a really good moment.
I didn't notice the music until I watched the video back, and it was quite appropriate for how sad it was.
And I don't get how we didn't just get a mission failed as soon as it happened, though.
Yeah, it's very odd.
And the thing is, like, once again, I walk up the bloody stairs and I just see her lying on the floor. I'm like, oh, so that's why there weren't people in the house.
According to Addie, anyway, we're pretty sure he murdered her. Still, case is ongoing.
I mean, you can prove it if her body is gone.
And her body is in fact gone. I'm pretty sure it despawned in a chimney.
I do not know what happened, because I remember I got up there eventually and I was just like, what the fuck is going on, guys?
Right. What a strange mission that was.
So, what was I going to say? Alright, Pink, what's your favorite Pink moment?
All of them. I'm just the best.
Okay.
It's like when I first joined this podcast, I told you I'd be the shining light to pull you out of obscurity, put us on the map, and here we are, 50 episodes later.
And still zero
Yeah.
views.
0 views.
Yeah.
You might get a view from me occasionally, but 0 views all day, baby.
We even lost a subscriber since you joined the podcast.
Oh no! I believe it. I like to think I directly contributed to that. It's like, who's this new dork? I don't like this. Unsubscribe.
And yet
And
our
we've
Rainbow
had
Six...
0 views since.
Why
And
does
this is even worse when you think about the fact that all of the people who are subscribed to the channel are one rando and like 14, well now 13 or so forum users.
Right.
I'm sure we pissed somebody off at some point by saying something.
Probably. What's really sad is I tried to make my family watch all the videos we do, and I don't think they're subscribed to our channel, which really hurts, you know? You think they'd be a little more supportive, but darn it, no. Just utter refusal.
I'm in the complete opposite boat. I am trying to keep my family as far away from this as possible.
Why?
Because they already make fun of me enough for a bunch of other shit. I don't want to know what they'd start making fun of me for with this.
Yeah, there are probably a few videos on this channel that I wouldn't want them to see, but other than that, no.
I mean,
Well,
probably,
you don't want to be associated with that one Unity moment where I sit on a guy's head and then I comment that I sat on his face.
No, that part I don't think they'd care. I think they'd make fun of me for the stupid moments. Like, you remember the early episodes of BioShock where I was like, oh, well, the water's freezing because we're too deep in the ocean.
Right?
That might be the stupidest thing I've ever said on recording.
So I believe you, because I thought that there was some sort of mechanic in BioShock that made it like that. I'm like, okay, that's kind of a weird thing to add in, but all right then. And then you corrected yourself, and if you had not bothered to do that and just played it off as natural as can be, you know, I would have thought that there are just some spots in BioShock where stuff freezes.
I wish you guys would have criticized me for that moment, because it actually would have been really funny.
But it was the other way around. Like, W said something about the water being hot.
No.
Because it's deep.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Or
I corrected myself with that because that is how it works. The deeper the water is, the hotter it is because it's closer to the Earth's core and all that shit. But
Right.
a lot of shit is hot all over the world, really.
But I'm hottest on the mall is Pablo.
Look, don't doubt the power of Pablo, Addy.
I thought we were going to lead this into another furry comment. But yeah.
All right.
But honestly, now that we brought up Pablo, that's probably my favorite Pink moment. Like, kind of just a spur of the moment. Let's give this walking fish an identity, and then he'll become a mainstay of the series from then on out.
That was the gift that kept on giving, man.
I made Pablo a star.
Bigger than any one of us could have ever expected or hoped or wanted.
And then he turned his back on all of us and then sold us out to the freaking Moon Lord.
Right.
He ended the series. Pablo cut the series.
which is why I killed his children.
Many, many, many children. And Pablo will have his vengeance on other games. We'll get to Minecraft or something, whatever the fucking next big game is that we do, all
And
three of us.
we'll mod in walking swordfish enemies.
Right.
And they've got little swords and shields and helmets.
It's got little bows and arrows.
Ah. Ooh, my favorite Pink moment. I don't know. There's a lot of little things that are immediately springing to mind. Like, there was one occasion where, straight up, there was just a row of, like, 5 Pablos outside the hotel, back in the hotel days. Addy pulled out his musket, shot a bullet, killed all 5 of them. And Pink made the most, like, high-pitched scream. But honestly, I'm going to have to go with Pink's Larfleeze voice from Scribblenauts. I'm absolutely loving that. It's, like, perfect. Now, from now on, anytime I read Larfleeze's dialogue, I imagine it with that voice.
I'm quite touched by that, because I had no idea going into that Larfleeze was even going to be in it, for one. But once he popped up and you were like, hey, you do the voice, I'm like, oh, okay, I have no idea what I'm going to do. Let me just spell something out real quick. And that was the result. I had absolutely no idea what I was going to do, but it sort of came out, and I was quite happy with it in the end, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like the opposite of whenever me or Addy goes for something and then we're like, okay, let's stop. And the last big 50th episode topic. So, Addy, what is your favorite bit from the lore?
So let's go over like the highlights first. So Matt Hardy, Shang Tsung, freaking what else? What freaking Ronda Rousey being Ermac, Triple H being Shao Kahn, the whole Mortal Kombat WWE universe stuff. Then what else is there? Like big lore moments. Well, of course, Hydrax involvement in the Pokemon universe. Freaking. Just saying it on the freaking what would you freaking call it, like the issue 3. But yeah, so that, and what else big? Well, my army being a lighter, I suppose, is another highlight.
Addy's broken controller.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I freaking dislike having to play games with the broken controller, I kind of grew to love it just because of that whole like explanation of this is actually somewhat realistic in the game.
That was the perfect, like, fucking aligning of the stars for it to be right bumper is the button you use to set off the lighter in Payday.
Yeah.
It just was so perfect. It was so perfect for it.
But for the most favorite, I suppose I'll go with the original one of Doofenshmirtz III establishing the hotel, even though there was nothing but a bloody hole.
Where did you even come up with that? I've always wondered, like, why Doofenshmirtz III?
I don't know. That's the thing. It just came out of nowhere.
Doofenshmirtz entered your heart. You were spoken to by the Doofenshmirtz angels and told to be a prophet.
Yeah. Like, I don't know why I went.
Addy is Abraham's. Addy is Doofenshmirtz's Abraham.
Like, I have no idea why my name is either Doofenshmirtz or the third. It just kind of happened that I was like, I guess I'll go with some freaking name and then a title, because it has to be all royal because it has to establish the freaking land that we're on. And then I don't know why I came up with Doofenshmirtz.
So, I gotta ask, why did you come up with the founding father of our hotel when basically I had just made that mannequin thing to add some extra company to the room that we had? I had no intention of going any further with the mannequin, but then you made it into something greater than I could have ever expected.
I went further with the freaking mannequin. The funniest thing is, it wasn't even a mannequin; it was a womannequin.
Yes, it was, because I wanted it to have boobs.
But yeah, so, if I remember correctly, I took out the mannequin because I needed space, and then I moved it up next to the freaking the gravestones where we had the relics to Baby Got Back. Like next to there was
Right.
there were a lot of gravestones. So I mined one out, put it to the side, and then I put it down, and I'm like, this looks kind of like a shrine. And then I was like, what could be like a good communistic thing to make a shrine to? And I was like, well, they made shrines to freaking Stalin and Lenin, and they were like big country people or whatever the hell. So what's bigger than that? Well, the founding father of the country. So so on that logic, I went, okay, this is gonna be the founding father, but who the hell is going to be the founding father? I also like,
Doofenshmirtz.
yeah, Doofenshmirtz. And then I also like how originally, because it was Doofenshmirtz the third, we were like, okay, this is the third Doofenshmirtz from Heinz of Phineas and Ferb. And then somehow that turned into it was actually just Heinz Doofenshmirtz.
Right. See, I had never even heard of Doofenshmirtz before our Terraria playthrough. It's like I think if you watch our first couple episodes back, I probably pronounced the name entirely wrong. I probably go like Doofenshmirtz.
No, I went Doofenshmirtz because that's how we pronounce it in Hungarian.
So I probably heard you say it and replicated that a few times because I know I've definitely said it like that once or twice in our playthrough.
Hang on, I'm looking over our lore list here, and I see God Chanka. Are God Chanka and Doofenshmirtz 3 part of the same god pantheon?
Yes.
Is it like the Romans and Greeks?
God Chanka is our god of war, and Doofenshmirtz III is our god of building. Our god of craftsmanship.
Yeah. Doofenshmirtz the third is the Hephaestus of our pantheon.
Now the question is God Chanka, is he Athena or is he Ares?
Athena.
Yes, clearly. The tactical genius of the turret cannot be matched.
Indeed.
So who's our angry god of war? Is it just
Ares.
Kratos?
Yeah, it's Kratos yelling Ares.
See, we got new lore there. God Chanka and Doofenshmirtz 3 are part of the same pantheon. We'll fill out the pantheon over the coming years, I'm sure.
But yeah, where I cannot find the bloody lore chart.
Is Heidenreich fucking Aphrodite?
Is Aphrodite a Pokemon? The question here is Aphrodite a Pokemon? Because if yes, then yes. If no, then no.
Wait, you should have said if yes, then yes. If no, then yes.
But who is Aphrodite? Pikachu.
Oh man.
It's all nice together because that's how freaking if Pikachu is the Aphrodite and she is having sex with Heidenreich, and that's how the guy in Detective Pikachu understands the other Pikachu.
Because he's part Pikachu. Oh my god. Alright. Pink, what's your favorite lore bit?
Oh, geez. Like, everything we did in Terraria I thought was fantastic. One thing that I don't know if it's quite lore or not is that we all kind of have our little thing that we bring to the table when we're doing the Let's Plays or the playthroughs. And that is Alex will go do all the work. Addy will be the builder or whatever, and I will just do whatever the heck I feel like because I have no idea what I'm doing 99% of the time.
Yeah, Nobra actually wrote that in the lore. If you go to the other text stuff that we have and then scroll up a lot, then you will find the two lists that we made.
The Watchtower?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got two personality listings. One regarding the way we actually talk in voice, and one regarding our roles in the the
Addy the sociopath, yes. Alex idiot, and Pink weirdo.
Yeah.
And that's about right, I would say.
This would be better if I actually knew what a sociopath meant. Being a sociopath, man. Aside from
I'm not so
kill everyone.
I'm not quite sure if Addy's a sociopath or just a flat out psychopath.
A mix of both.
Maybe.
I take pride in my stupid.
Oh Lord, he coming. Yes, pink and bigger characters.
Pink. I forgot pink and old dudes. Damn it.
Yeah. It's like I have such an affinity for so many different genres of people, you know?
The thing is, you wrote you and Edge here for the, talking to me, and I was confused by this because I was like, I don't like Edge.
I think that every time I see that as well. So yeah. So does this mean you now have to main Edge when we play wrestling games?
Only if I can put him in like spiky costumes.
Turn him into Penance from Marvel.
No, make him be freaking what's his name, Ras or something, the green guy who was in WCW when they started making like Mortal Kombat wrestlers.
I don't know what you're talking about, but it makes sense.
I think he was either like Race or Ras.
I don't remember what his name was, to be honest. I don't
Have to
remember what
look
the
it up.
Sub-Zero ripoff was either.
Glacier.
Glacier, that's right. Oh, WCW.
Oh man.
Okay, it wasn't Ras. So I don't remember freaking.
Wasn't the green one played by Rob Van Dam?
If it was, then that would explain why I kind of liked him.
So, what are some of the other lore bits that I enjoyed from us?
Eddie's hatred of small animals.
Yeah, that's another one from Terraria. It's like, what
Well,
was
I
up with
couldn't
your
find-
obsession with killing all the little small innocent bunnies and the Pablos?
It was less an obsession and was more I have nothing to do, I guess I'll do this thing.
These animals
couldn't-
are in my way. Get them out of here.
Yeah.
It's like you
don't
made
know.
the hotel not pet friendly, so like you wouldn't allow any of my animals to come in.
Oh, that's why I
And
blew up the
tried so
kitchen.
hard.
That's why I blew
What's
up
that?
the kitchen, because he kept fucking killing bunnies, so I'd blow up the kitchen when he did it.
Oh yeah. It's like,
Right,
remember
so
when we
I-
tried so hard to get that stupid golden bunny into the hotel
No,
and it despawned like immediately afterward?
I don't remember there being a golden bunny at all.
I'm pretty sure that there was a golden bunny at one point, and I was like spent most of my time like building walls around him to try to get him to go into the hotel.
Yeah, and then I
But once he
wrote
was there, nothing
I wrote-
happened.
and then I
he
wrote
eventually
today's
bombed.
feast next to it.
One of us
Yes.
actually tried. I think either me or Addy actually killed it to try and find if it had any big drops, and it didn't.
It was you then because I left it alone.
Oh yeah, me the big
But,
bunny guy. I killed it.
Killed the golden bunny, hoping it would
that-
drop a
that-
gold coin.
That was the one small animal that I left alone on purpose.
You built a bunny cannon and loaded it with bunnies with dynamite strapped to them.
That was like
That's
that was
why I.
months later.
That's why I blew up half the house, was because you fucking built the bunny cannon.
By the way, post a timestamp.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh lord.
So
You're gonna have to give me a moment. Okay,
I like how both of us are like, oh no.
because we
What
know
do I
where Eddie's
do?
going with this.
So I couldn't find the freaking wrestler that I was looking for, but I did find this.
Oh my god. Oh yeah. Why is he being interviewed by Chuck from Better Call Saul?
I don't know. Why wouldn't he be?
That good question.
That picture gives me life.
It sure didn't give that guy life, because I'm gonna wager that didn't go far. What the fuck was up with 80s WWE? And what was my favorite lore bit? It's Heidenreich will rank up there for sure, but Doofenshmirtz is so fucking good. Just so completely insane and random. And Pablo's up there too, man. Damn it. And Addy's hatred for NPCs that he's expected to be responsible for, that as well.
Yeah, the thing here is that any time that I'm funny, I'm not even thinking, and when I'm trying to be funny, it fails. So a lot of times I just turn myself off and go on autopilot, so we can actually make content.
Hey,
Which is how things like Heidenreich and Doofenshmirtz happen.
hey, it's how For me, it's how things like, oh, we're so deep in the ocean that the water's freezing happens, so. Ah. God. Oh, man. You know, God, God Chonko was pretty good for the little limited time frame it had. You know,
I
one of the
recently rewatched one of our Rainbow Six videos that we uploaded the other day, or you guys uploaded the other day, and it was amusingly enough the one where Alex picked Tachanka, put his turret down, and it ended us costing us a round.
right, because I put it down and didn't bother to pick it up. I went off to do something else, and the fucking guy got on the Chonka turret and killed you and the other guy.
Right. It was hilarious.
Picking God Chonka never works well because we can't handle his power.
Right. It's too unwieldy. No mortal man can have that kind of power, you know?
No,
Except
no,
that
here's
guy.
the thing.
Except that guy.
The chunk cover works like freaking Akuma does in bloody Street Fighter, where he puts restraints on his power so he can actually fight. The thing is, most of the time he puts on too many restraints.
Too many,
See,
way too many. An
I
absurd
think
amount of restraints.
Tachanka's turret is actually just an infinity stone. It's like you can wield a great amount of power, but only in a very short amount of time before you inevitably die.
Only until the Infinity Stone fails to cover your lower half.
So will Tachanka be snapped away?
Maybe he'll be snapped into a better character.
He'll be snapped into, and then freaking Jim Ross will say that he's broken in half.
By God. Alrighty then. So I think that's enough of the 50th anniversary topics. A little walk down memory lane for all of us. So, what we got coming up on the channel? Addy, what are you working on at the moment?
Right, so since you said that I should talk about my own channels here as well,
Yes.
I uploaded a video to my gameplay channel, my second channel, where I played through freaking I forgot the name, Burly Man at Sea.
Yes, I
Early
saw that be
Me?
uploaded. Get uploaded.
Yeah, so basically, Burly Man at Sea is this. I don't remember how they talk about it exactly on the store page. I've seen people talk about it as a folktale video game or whatever the hell. Basically, I just describe it as a choose your own adventure book where the book doesn't tell you to switch to a page. Instead, it just flips to it itself without showing you.
So a Telltale game, kind of. If a Telltale game had actual meaningful choices.
Yes. Yes, yeah, something like that. So, that game, since it's an indie game, has no voice acting. So I had to do voice acting. If you've freaking heard me do voice acting, you'll see where this goes. But basically, and I'll bring the freaking video up so I can actually hear what the voices were, so I can actually reproduce.
Bless you.
you.
That was quite a
You
sneeze.
muted yourself at the wrong moment.
Yes, I
I'm
did.
not.
I sneezed so hard, I took a fucking earbud out.
But so basically, for the voices in the video, I went like, well, basically, you know, when I speak with like, I don't even know what accent it is. Like, it's what I thought to be a British accent at one point. So I tried to push myself to speak with it because my schools really forced me to learn British English while I learned American otherwise. So I was like, whatever, I'll just go all in. And so I was left with this weird accent that I had to restrain a lot of times. That is a strange mix of like Australian, freaking British, Hungarian, and then I don't even know what else. And so for this video, it's about sailors, with a with a Sea of Thieves styled boat. So I went, you know, they might be pirates, and pirates were from the freaking United Kingdom, more or less. Well, the pirates that I know of. So I was like, you know what? I'll just do that accent with different voices. And so each character has a name. Like one is Steady, one is Hasty, and one is uh Brave. And so I tried to adjust the voices to their characteristics that their name give up. So the Steady was just my normal voice with a bit more of an accent, um, like this.
Yeah, yeah.
Hasty was a bit higher and faster, so it kind of made me talk like this,
Yeah, yeah.
which was really hard. Brave, I just deepened my voice, and that was basically it. So whenever Brave talked, I talked like this, more or less, and then I messed it up every freaking time.
See, I feel like your fast voice is kind of just my voice.
I don't know.
I
Like
have a
I think
tendency to talk really fast and trip over my words.
so do I. I'm just trying to slow myself down, but it doesn't work.
I have no self-control. I'm over here like spazzing out right now in my chair.
Like the
Can't
thing
hear
about
you, thank God, but yeah, I'm all over the place.
the thing about the fast voice is that, like, listening back to it when I edited the video, I was like, were I to freaking bring back Jack Williams, the character that I made, like, I don't know, three,
5
5 years
years
ago?
ago.
Yeah. So backstory: Jack Williams was supposed to be a co-presenter who didn't exist, who was basically the joke is that he was a stereotypical Irishman, but he was the only one like that. So the joke was that he's the only one who actually fits the Irish stereotypes. Um, and Hasty was kind of sounded like what I imagined him sounding, but then still, I don't even know what the hell my accent is. So
So it sounds like you had fun though.
yeah, I had a lot of fun. I'd actually say that it was probably the most fun I had recording a video on my own so far. Because, well, for the same reason your Scribblenauts playthrough is fun because of the voices.
Yeah, it lets you just goof around. Like sometimes, an issue comes when with comedy you need something to make a joke about, and that gives you really good material to do something to make a joke about.
Yeah,
It's free material, so to speak.
it's free real estate.
Yeah. And other than that, what else have you got cooking for your channels?
Well, I'm going to do a review on it, and then I don't really know. We'll see.
And I believe you have one project you've got cooking for the main channel, for the FOS channel, that you are really
Uh,
excited about, yes?
if we're thinking of the same thing, the one we recorded together,
Yes.
then we've already talked about it. But yeah, so Sengoku Basara is going to get uploaded sometime. Well, technically,
I'd say
it's
sooner rather than later.
yeah, technically it exists on the channel. It's just not for people to see yet, but it will be up sometime. I'm not the one who controls things like this. It's Doofenshmirtz.
By
Doofenshmirtz
the
has
will of
told me.
Doofenshmirtz, it will be uploaded sometime.
Doofenshmirtz has
Yeah.
told me that he's aiming for like a Monday, Tuesday release, maybe a Thursday.
Okay, that's good. But so the thing with Sengoku Basara is that you will actually see in the first episode is that it has no English subtitles at all.
Oh yeah, that was definitely a noticeable thing. Because every scene we got to, I was like, Addie, explain to me what's going on.
Yeah, and then I had to explain it, even though I know nothing of not no Japanese at all. Well, technically, I know like 5 to 10 words.
Right.
Japanese.
I've heard you say at least 2.
Yeah. Well, there is Sengoku Basara, Sanda Yukimura Den. Den means legend of something. Freaking Sengoku is just the era's name of warring states. Basara, I don't think Basara has any meaning actually. And then there's like basic use stuff like Yamato, which is stop, and that's it. But
Nani, obviously.
oh yeah, Nani, freaking Boku, Omae, stuff like that. Like like really basic grammatical stuff that doesn't even matter in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'd say that the recording was fun because I feel like I'm well, basically the weeb part of me, the part of me that really likes freaking samurai and Japan and shit like that. That part is most well defined with that game series, and
I could
just
tell.
don't, yeah, and just W's reactions to everything that was going on, and me just killing 15,000 people with one shot, even though I even gave myself a handicap.
Yeah, that seems like a game where a handicap doesn't matter much. Just means you need to combo them for a little bit longer.
Yeah. But so that's gonna be coming out in the next coming weeks, I'd say.
Yep. We've also got another one-shot coming on Wednesday. It's Halo, the Master Chief Collection. It's a lot of us playing through Halos 1, 2, and 3. We didn't even bother with 4 because, to my understanding, it's kind of crap. Other than that, we've got a few more Bioshock episodes coming out. Pink and I will be working on Scribblenauts, though I don't know if that'll be coming out before next week's podcast. It's difficult to say. We've definitely got more Dead Space and Terraria coming out, because those are reaching their climaxes. Fine a fucking way.
If I remember correctly, I say that either the second to last or the last episode of Terraria is coming out.
Yes, I believe there's at most 3 episodes of Terraria left. There might be...
No, there's no... you released the third one last time you released the Terraria video. I don't remember when that was.
Really? Then wow, the last phase of work on Terraria took a way shorter amount of time than I remember.
Yeah, because of freaking
The moon
turn of
war?
events that I can't. Because of turn of events I can't talk about because of spoilers.
Right. Because I think the last episode I uploaded was the one where we beat the mechanical bosses, and we were getting around to fighting Plantera, and there's only 2 left. Damn. Thought it took longer than that. Whatever. And I think that's about what's coming up on the mainline channel. I don't have anything planned for my channel, individual channel this week. If I get any funny highlights like the Red Dead 2 putting the KKK member on the train rails again, then I'll throw that up on my channel, but it's unlikely. So, Pink, what do you got coming up on your channel? I got a good guess.
It's just gonna be Pokemon this week.
More Pokemon.
Because that's the only thing that I've got going right now. I'm testing a method in which I'll be able to capture Xbox footage. So I would be able to basically stream the Xbox to my PC and record it that way. It's a work in progress, but it's something I'm currently actively working on right now just to see if I can do it. And if I can, that will be fantastic because that will open up a whole new world of stuff that I can attempt. But if not, it's just going to be Pokemon here on out.
Yeah, I think you and me both are both trying to think of easy ways to do this without shelling out absurd amounts of money.
Right. Because in the immediate future, next week, absolutely better be, otherwise I'm killing myself. I'm going to be shelling out a decent amount of cash, and then I'll basically be living as frugal as possible. Is frugal the right word?
Frugal is a pretty good word for that, yeah.
Yeah.
You want to live like Rugal.
Rugal.
Rugal Bernstein?
I don't know.
Yes.
So you want to throw people to walls and explode them.
Yeah, you also want to make statues out of your enemies after you kill them.
And have a robot eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Just randomly summon
someday. I'll hopefully get more recording stuff going because that's something I really want to do. And with my grave shifts, it actually provides me with a decent amount of time to both record and edit stuff as long as my video editing software doesn't crash on me. So in the future, fingers crossed, lots of stuff will hopefully be coming out. But until then, just the typical Pokemon Let's Play going on right now.
The easiest way for both of you to freaking record stuff is to just stream.
That's what I'm thinking of looking into. I don't know what I don't know what I'd stream at the moment. Maybe Devil May Cry. Warhammer is definitely on there, but I'll have to look into whether or not the game will still freak out like it used to.
Right.
Yeah, I would get into streaming, but I'm not confident in the Xboxes in the Xboxes or the PlayStation's um microphones that were sent with them, and for whatever reason my normal microphone is really noisy with the PS4.
Yeah, it acts weird, definitely. But let's see. I just want to go ahead and throw something else in before I forget about it, because here's a picture I found on the internet that is, I believe they say, cursed. So, you guys get to enjoy this as much as I do.
Good lord.
Why? For what reason? Addy, it killed Addy. It fucking killed him.
I'm just sitting here smiling.
The Grinch reached out of Addy's computer screen and strangled him to death.
The Grinch reached out and grabbed his balls.
With the other hand. We're just listening to Addy's death throes right now.
Oh, bloody hell.
For what reason?
I don't know what the thought process was for that,
The thing
and
is,
I don't know.
wasn't
why
like Jim
it
Carrey the
happened.
Grinch?
Not anymore, he isn't. It's somebody else now. Bill Hader, I think, isn't it? I hate Bill Hader. Hate Bill Hader.
There's a new Grinch movie.
Yeah.
Ah,
This is an ad for it.
that is definitely worse than this ad. The fact that there's a new Grinch movie.
I think Bill Hader is worse than this ad. Here's the issue. This is barely a double entendre, because either way you think about it, it's dirty.
Yeah.
Either he's talking about his testicles and he switches to talking about pistachios, or he's talking about pistachios and then he switches to talking about his testicles.
Terrible.
There is no way to take this that isn't dirty.
Oh, there is. He is green and salty. As in tilted, as in angry.
Oh, I guess. You probably put more thought into that than the ad makers did, though.
Definitely.
Some guy in
Lordy.
marketing is just like, oh, I'll make a joke about balls. I'm getting paid money for this.
Somebody did get paid money for that. How?
Let me make it worse for you. Some CG modeler had to fucking model him holding a pistachio, so that someone could attach a fucking text saying green and salty just like my nuts.
This is
If
terrible.
you give me 10 minutes, I can make a similar image with, like, I don't know, freaking Darth Vader and say like crispy and salty just like my nuts.
I mean, but you're not getting paid for it, though.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, the Darth Vader freaking like advertising bloody like McDonald's bacon burgers, crispy and salty, just like my nuts.
Oh, man, what extent will this... You're opening up a whole dimension of horrible cursed shit, Addy.
I am the resident memer, so I need to look out for the economy.
Oh, you gotta reinvest your stocks.
Yeah.
All right, Addy. Other than Burly Minute C, and conveniently enough, it leads to Burly Minute C, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Other than Burly Minute C and Sengoku Basara, what have you played this past week and watched and done?
Right.
You know, I could have stopped at just saying, other than Burly Minute C, who have you done this past week?
Your mum.
Damn it!
That was the lowest hanging fruit of all low hanging fruits.
Alex Jeanette said fuck.
Okay. Other than
Now you definitely cannot show this to your family.
no, I don't care. Fuck it, whatever. Just go, you bastard.
Yeah, so I played a shit ton of For Honor. As I've said last episode, I believe. I bought Shinobi. I'm at rep 4 with him now.
Have you reached maximum weeb yet?
Not yet. I still haven't bought the freaking over 9,000 effect.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
I actually won't buy it because it looks like shit on the one execution animation that looks good on Shinobi.
Yeah. I think the effects look like shit on everyone.
Yeah. I thought of buying a freaking masked outfit just so I could get a mask, but none of the masks look good either.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that none of them look good, it's that all of them are like blue or purple or something.
Oh god, can't have that.
The freaking they have a Hanya mask one, which
Onion
should
mask.
be what no Hanya.
Hanya, okay. I thought
Like the
onion
thing-
mask
yeah, like-
man, become the onion man.
You know, like the thing that's on Majima's back. They have a mask like that, but then it's purple. And they did another similar thing for a Komainu, which I think it's like a guard dog, a stone guard dog. And they have that, but it's blue. And they have a freaking dragon mask, which of course I would buy. Bloody blue.
And you
The
can't-
only red
no blue in
the
your moveset, your repertoire. Oh my god. Hey,
yeah.
guys, do you know what Metacritic's score for Fallout 76 is right now?
What?
3.1 out of 10.
I was gonna say too.
That is hilariously bad.
Like the only red mask in For Honor is the one they released for that fire event, and it looks like complete garbage.
Can you not recolor the masks?
No, you actually can't. So yeah, after that disappointment, I
What?
actually started playing against people with Shinobi today, and yeah, freaking parrying with him is hard.
I don't get playing Shinobi against people because it's the most easily telegraphed move in existence. That fucking long range move of his. I mean, the grapple is fucking unstoppable, but most people just stick to the long range harassing.
No, the thing is, the grapple is actually more vulnerable than the long range harassing. That's why most people stick to it. But the long range harassing is also stopped by a parry. So what I do is I wait for somebody to show up, and then I do the long range harassing heavy into rolling in, so I can do close range stuff. Or if I'm doing a 1-on-1, then I just start off close range, put some space between the guy and me, and then I don't remember what the hell I did. I think I just tried to like basically bait them into being open on one side so I can put them in a grab. Because, you know, Shinobi has that grab where he puts you on the ground and then bleeds you out.
Ah, yeah. I think that's what I'm thinking of. But what was I going to say? I'm surprised you aren't honoring it, where you're just harassing somebody as they're fighting somebody else.
Oh, I do that as well sometimes.
You
but only-
fucker.
I do it sometimes, but only if they did it to us.
No
Like-
honor.
No. What matters is winning. Who gives a shit about honor?
They're gonna patch that game and change the name.
It's just 4. No, they remove the honor. It's just 4. It's a golfing game now.
For Honor 2 will be called Birdie. We'll also feature the Street Fighter character Birdie.
And the Mario character Birdie.
Oh yeah. No, Birdo, that's Birdo.
Birdie and Birdo, they're a tag team.
They're the noob smoke of this game.
Yeah. Now,
But
which
yeah,
one
so,
calls in the other one, though?
Yes.
Alright, so you just get to control 2 fighters at once.
Not at once. But you just have like 5 different moves where they switch immediately. Like there's no animation. You just change movesets and characters.
Alright, so like Noob Smoke from Mortal Kombat Deception then.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what else did you play?
Uh,
Have you gone back and played
I
through
progressed in. Yeah, I was about to say I progressed in the 5 millionaires plot line of Yakuza 0.
Okay, how many of the kings have you beaten?
I've beaten all but the Media King.
Okay, because last night I actually went back to Yakuza 0 and finally beat the Gambling King, because he was the one I was stuck on for the longest time, because I did not want to be caught playing that. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Pink's favorite game mode.
Right. I didn't want to be caught doing that, and there was a lucky moment where everybody else in the house was asleep, and I was able to finally skip past that and beat the Gambling King. So now the Yakuza 0 playthrough is back on, baby! So now you and me are at the exact same spot, but you're on a second playthrough, you fucker.
Yeah.
So how are you liking that real estate minigame? It's weird, isn't it?
I liked it at first, but the more I am forced to just wait to get the money, the more I start to dislike it.
The more it kind of becomes a mobile game thing, yeah? Where you just have to go back and check in, press the button to get 2 billion yen.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I like the 2 billion yen by all means, but...
The thing that upsets me most is that I have all of the speed upgrades, and it still takes me like 15 minutes to have all of the what's the word? The freaking boroughs give me the money.
Yeah, that is definitely a thing. Like, it's a pity Pink isn't going to play Yakuza 0, because otherwise I'd advise him, save up your completion points for when you actually unlock business minigames, because holy shit, you will need it.
But yeah, aside from that, freaking, what else did I play? I don't think I played a lot. I continued reading that book about Claudius that I talked about.
Yeah?
Because it's pretty much the only thing I can do at freaking school. And there are some pretty funny moments. I just don't remember any of them at the moment.
Okay, speaking of funny moments, let me ask you one more thing about Yakuza 0. Are you now trying to go through and finish all the sub-stories?
No, not yet.
I'd recommend doing that, because that makes the business minigame a lot easier, because it unlocks a lot of the really good managers.
Oh, I know that. I got all of the managers that I needed.
Did you get the turkey?
Yes.
Sweet. That's probably my favorite thing in the entire fucking game. Kiryu's just like, what the fuck?
It ain't even a turkey.
That's the part that's funny. Oh man, I kind of don't want to spoil it for Pink, but I don't think Pink's ever gonna go back and play Yakuza 0.
You never know. I can tune out real quick. No problem.
But there is a challenge at the bowling
alley.
Bowling alley. Thank you, Addy. There is a challenge at the bowling alley to get a turkey, which is 3 strikes in a row. Am I right, Addy?
Yes.
And if you do it, they'll give you a turkey, is what they say. And they make it sound like you get a cooked turkey. If you actually pull it off, Kiryu goes up to the front counter. They give him a live chicken. And the great thing about it is, Kiryu then hires the chicken as a real estate manager. And it's just the fucking best.
And he is actually better than like some of the people you unlock.
A lot of the people you unlock. He's actually a pretty fucking good real estate manager.
No, I mean from the freaking like the 5 millionaires. I mean, he's better than some of the 5 millionaires.
Oh man, I bet he's probably a more difficult boss fight as well. Now hang on, I saw a picture the other day. What's the name of the chicken? Help me here.
I forgot. Oh, right, yeah, Nugget.
Because I saw something great. What the fuck? Okay, I was looking for something else, but I also found this, which is pretty amusing. And I'm not going to even bother with putting it in the video because it's kind of political, but... Oh, come on. Where is the picture I'm looking for?
I don't get it. I guess it's better that way.
And that's what Pink's going to come back to. Ah, damn it. Where is it? I can't even find it. Fuck me. Whatever. So, are there any side stories you have run into on this new playthrough that you haven't run into in previous ones?
Yes, the Sarui, I want to say.
Is that the
No,
underwear dealing ring?
no, that's Buddhisera.
Right, yeah.
Sarui is, if I remember the name correctly, freaking. If I remember the name correctly, Sarui should be the like government body that goes to search the business that's next to Kiryu's.
Oh, Marusa Marui. Right.
Oh, Marusa, yeah.
Right, I don't remember that one too well, actually. You help her hide. You help hide her while she goes through some dude's shit, right? And then you beat him up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she joins you as a manager.
Yeah.
Or no, wait, she joins you as an advisor, doesn't she?
Oh, yeah. As an advisor. But that's one that I haven't run into naturally, and I think that's about it, actually. Oh, no. Video Boy.
Video
I also-
Boy. Was that the punks? Oh no, you
No.
already seen the punks.
Video Boy is the porn guy.
Oh, I haven't done that one because I don't know where to get him. What he's looking for.
You go to the freaking. I don't know what the bloody English word for it would be like. The place where you like rent VHS tapes. Like over here, they were called videotecas.
A porn shop?
But it's not. Well, yes, it's a yeah.
What kind of videos are you renting, man?
It's not for Kiryu. Kiryu needs it for a friend.
The thing is, you can't even take the VHSs. You go into a room and then you jerk off.
Wait, what? Kiryu will actually do that?
I mean, I haven't watched the whole animation, but they do show you, like live action footage of women in lingerie
Oh boy.
from the small, like part that I watched that I didn't skip.
Wait, is it actual live action or is it the
Yes.
computer graphics?
From what I remember, it's actual live action.
That is odd.
That is Japan.
So so they had to actually pay women to be suggestive for a video game.
I wouldn't be surprised if they actually hired real porn stars. Because doesn't Japan have a noticeable porn industry?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Like, I'm so clueless about porn that I found out about the fact that freaking Hungary has a large, like, gay porn yearning or whatever through freaking, Fetalia, I want to say, or Hetalia.
Well, that's interesting. I'm curious what the reason is for that.
I don't hear you.
I said I wonder what the reason is for that.
I have no idea. I do know that we have a freaking like a guy who has a woman's name and he ran the porn business at one point.
That is curious.
Yeah, I think his name is like Terry Black. This English name.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining this business is like some sort of mafia business now.
But it's all cross-dressing
Yeah.
gay porn stars.
Right.
The weird thing is that we have a lot of freaking like English people who are running the bloody country with money. Like we have, or just notable people with English names for whatever reason. Like we have this guy. We have the guy who runs the freaking TV who's called Andy.
Well, I mean, the English were pretty intent on getting their fingers in every pie that they could, so this doesn't surprise me too much. Other than Yakuza 0, what have you played, Addy?
Let me look up the freaking PS Plus free games, because
Yakuza Kiwami and
it's
Bulletstorm.
Alex Jeanette said Ati.
in the other ones, the ones that are compatible with the PS4 and weren't released for the PS4 exclusive.
I don't think I've looked into those. What are they?
Yeah, I'm looking it up. Burly Man at C4, what?
Alright, that makes sense.
Oh, Rundeboot.
Roundabout, right, Roundabout. That stupid thing. What doesn't it have live action cutscenes?
I don't know. I actually haven't played it, so I guess that's all I've done. Funny story. So, for I was like, here's a game called Roundabout. It seems like a shitty indie game from the freaking pictures that I saw. So I guess this was back when it was on Game Pass. I was like, I guess I'll download this, do a freaking a review on it, and then I'll make a trailer using Roundabout by Yes. That never happened.
I was waiting to squeeze a yes joke in there, and there we have it.
That never happened. So now years later, since we're doing the whole Bizarre Adventure thing, I was like, since we're actually doing a whole playthrough, I'm gonna put the JoJo to be continued with Roundabout in the background. So then I looked up the usage of Roundabout on YouTube. Turns out, yes, don't want you to listen to Roundabout.
That does not surprise me. There's probably a big meme market for Roundabout right now, though.
If we put Roundabout in the video, apparently it gets blocked in like 256 or so countries.
Does not shock me. Good old
There
YouTube.
gotta be some terrible covers that you can use, though. I know my store plays one.
Oh right, yeah, covers we can use if we don't mind freaking yes putting ads on the video.
See? Perfect. If the ads benefit, yes, I'm all for it.
But here's the thing. Like, I don't even want them singing in the freaking song. I just want to use the one, like, I don't know how long, like 20 to 25-second snippet of the song that JoJo uses.
JoJo uses the entire song, don't they? It keeps playing throughout the credits.
Well, we don't have a credits, so I can just cut it.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Like, I just want it to, just go get to the point where it kicks in a bit, before the singing, and then just cut it there. That was the plan, but that's like, I don't know, like 20, 25 or like 35, something like that, seconds long. So that's like 2 to 3 times the amount we can use with fair use. So I gave up.
Maybe you can substitute the Eric Andre one instead.
I don't know what other outro music they used.
Yeah.
In JoJo.
Nah. Alright. So that's about all you played or watched or done, Addy?
Yeah.
Alright. Pink, what have you done in the past week?
I haven't done much this past week. I think it's been a bit of a repeat of the last week, because I obviously ran a lot of errands this week, as you all know, because now it's quite definitive that I am indeed going to get a PS4 about 6 months after I said I would get one. But I've been doing a lot of Metal Gear this week. Well, not a lot, because I haven't done much of anything. But I'm slowly but surely getting used to the controls. I've been very perfectionistic, if that's a word. I don't think it is. But
I don't think you
I've
need
been
to add the ick to the end, but...
perfectionistic. I don't know. Perfectionist. Trying to find a good substitute word, but I don't know.
You were very much
I'll
a
just
stick.
stick with that horrible whatever I've done.
You've made a new word. You've made a Bush-ism is what you made. Well, we're real perfectionistic about how we've been handling these policies.
I've been taking my sweet time with Metal Gear Solid and like trying to get to know the controls a bit better, so when shit hits the fan, I'm better prepared. Because that has been happening a lot.
Yeah, so Pink, here's a bit of an advice. I don't remember if you need to unlock the ability to have multiple primary weapons on you, but basically how I ran my Snake is I had a sniper rifle for when I could actually play the game, and then if people found me, I also had an assault rifle.
Makes sense. I don't have a
Yeah.
sniper rifle yet because I'm just now starting out. I haven't even fully saved Kaz or whatever his name is.
Oh,
That's how slow I'm going.
There is actually a time limit on that. The game never tells you, but if you take like 4 or 5 days to get to Kaz, you get a game over from Kaz dying of being tortured.
I believe it. I haven't wasted that much time on it because I've been spending so little time on it. But yeah, Kaz is probably in danger if I don't save him in like
no,
2
Pink.
days.
W is talking in real time.
Real time, yeah, Kaz is long gone, and Snake is probably dead too because he's been sitting in a bush for about a week now. But no,
The thing is, like, that actually isn't all that unrealistic because
They did that. They did that.
yeah, was it in Snakes or which one was it?
Snake Eater? Snake Eater.
Snake Eater.
Snake Eater.
Yeah,
had,
Snake Eater.
had the end. Who was a guy like he was supposed to be like He was like 120 years old, and if during his boss fight you saved and quitted the game assumed that Snake was taking a nap. If you came back in under a week, then End would capture Snake while he was sleeping, and you'd be sent to a prison cell in a nearby camp. If you took longer than a week to get back to the game, Snake wakes up to find that the End died of old age while he was sleeping. And you just skip the boss fight.
It's
Perfect.
actually a hard boss fight as well.
It was the End is not necessarily hard, but it's a very eclectic style. It is very slow and very tactical. It's one of those ones that makes the lists of both worst and best boss fights, because if you're the kind of person who loves cat and mouse in the jungle and like having to do shit like tracking footprints and trying to notice the glare off a sniper rifle scope, then you'll absolutely love it. I know I did. If you're the kind of person who wants action, you want boss fights to be in your face action, you're gonna hate it. And Hideo Kojima knew some people would hate it, which is why he gave 2 ways to circumvent the fight. Either by sleeping for so long that the End dies of old age, and during a previous scene, right after a cutscene ends, and the End is getting pushed in a wheelchair past a military base, and Snake can, with a sniper rifle, shoot the End in the back of the head and kill him before the boss fight starts. Pink, what are you doing?
Am I? Wait, why is my
You're
thing lighting?
popping.
What am I doing?
It sounds like
You're
you're
popping.
standing next to a campfire.
Let me disconnect real quick.
But
That
yeah,
was
so
weird.
yeah, well, never mind.
Is it
So-
better?
Yeah.
Hasn't done it yet. Yeah,
So,
well,
I legit have no idea what happened.
I don't either. I've never run into something like that before. But Addy,
Like,
you were saying
nothing over here has changed. I don't think I was even talking that much to
Oh no,
like
it's doing it
warrant
again.
something happening.
It's doing it
Oh
again.
crap!
Are you scratching
So,
something over there? Okay, Addy, what are you saying?
Bloody hell.
I'm glad
Right,
the
so
50th
Pink.
podcast has had so many fucking technical issues.
So Pink, there's a similar fight like the End in Phantom Pain,
Way
where you have
faster.
you also have multiple choices to get rid of the person, who you should not get rid of, by the way. You'll see when you get to it. Basically, remember, you know how there's these big
Boobs?
like tanker, no, the big like tanker like boxes, the metal ones, like the ones we opened in freaking Payday.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know how you have those in the game.
I haven't come across any of those yet because I'm still in the basic first level.
Well, there are things like those in the game, And you also have a thing that you can call things in and out with later on.
Let's not spoil that for him. Let's not spoil that for Pink Caddy. I want to see if Pink comes
Yeah.
up with that solution himself. The solution you're talking about right now that I'm thinking of.
Okay,
Keep in mind, I'm literally just now starting up the game. I haven't saved Kaz yet. Snake is off somewhere in a bush, asleep, trying to figure out a way to get past all the guards. Like I've said, I'm still trying to get used to the controls so I can aim better and shoot better, and not like try to punch somebody and miss completely.
But
Like,
yeah,
there have been multiple times where I've gone to knock somebody out, and then Snake will throw a punch like just about a foot away from the person I'm trying to punch.
Generally, what I'd go for when there's just a single person is go for a body slam. So hold right trigger instead of tapping.
Ah.
But yeah, so please just keep those big boxes in mind for when the time comes.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be hard to forget now. So, Metal Gear Solid, I played Overwatch, and like 2 days after our last podcast went up, Ash got released. So
Has she changed the meta, or is it still the usual?
I don't know yet, because she was literally just released, so she's obviously in every match, but I don't know if she's really taking anyone's spot as of yet. Very fun character though. I'm not sure if I find the dynamite to be underwhelming or if I'm just underestimating it.
It seems like it should be a really powerful move considering the skill you need to pull it off.
Right. Well, I don't think it becomes very skillful down the line unless you're in a lot of chaos, because if you throw the dynamite out, you just pull the trigger in about 0.65 seconds and it'll blow up every time.
Oh, it's an auto target. Okay, I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
I was thinking they'd actually expect you to shoot the dynamite. No.
Right. It's like if you pull the trigger, like basically just as you're throwing it out, it'll blow up. If you wait, like basically if a second goes by after you've thrown the dynamite, you probably won't be able to shoot it out of midair. But it will probably have landed by that point anyway.
Can you shoot it when it's on the ground?
Yes, you can.
Okay, interesting. And
Yeah.
I assume it... Well, how much damage would you say it does?
From what I was testing out, it doesn't do that much, but it's the damage over time that it will give people that really adds up. So, if you get the dynamite to blow up on somebody and then the burn over time, it will basically cut a tracer halfway and then a body shot will take her out. So it's very useful for the squishier characters. I'm not finding much use for her against tanks, not yet anyway.
Doesn't, like, really big damage like that do better against the bigger characters? Because I know the armor thing, at least with, like, characters like Reinhardt and Diva who have shit tons of armor. Don't they, like, cut down in half small amounts of damage, small increments, like, you know, tracers, SMGs?
Yeah.
I would think the dynamite would be really good for that, then.
Possibly.
Oh, unless the burn damage counts as a small enough increment that the armor would ignore it.
Yeah. I think I haven't tested it out fully, but I think that's what's going on right now.
So yeah.
Granted, I haven't seen much Reinhardt in play lately, which I don't know why, because he's always in the meta.
So I'd assume it's then more useful probably against the less armor-heavy tanks like Winston or Roadhog.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah. But Bob is a fantastic ult. It's kind of like placing down a big giant Torbjorn turret, to be honest.
He doesn't move?
He will run into the battle and collide with the very first wall that you're aiming at. So, like, if you're looking at the payload, he'll run basically in your reticle direction, slam into the payload, and then he'll be stopped there. And I'm assuming that he'll just keep running until he hits a wall.
So you can probably make Bob commit suicide if you're bad enough?
Yeah.
Alright.
Like, I haven't tested that out yet, but I'm thinking if you really bad at your aim or wanted to, you can make Bob commit suicide and completely waste your ult, which
I want.
I think it would be pretty hilarious to see, and I wonder how the little death indicator would handle that.
Yeah, I want to
Like,
see it appear in the
Ash
kill
sent
feed.
Bob to his death.
I want it in the kill feed. Yeah. Not even
So-
Ash sent Bob to his death. It just says Bob committed suicide, like it isn't Ash's fault for doing it.
Right. Perfect. So yeah.
That's my favorite thing in video games when NPCs commit suicide. The shotgun, I'm going to assume, this is just something I wagered immediately upon seeing it. I'm going to bet the shotgun deals almost no damage and is all about knockback.
Absolutely. I don't think the shotgun deals any damage, to be quite honest.
Lame!
Yep.
Oh.
Like I tried it out and like it's good for knocking yourself back, and I've gotten a few good shots on the enemies to knock them off the like a bridge or something. But I don't think it does like any more than 10 damage, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Somebody out there, though, is egotistical enough, they'll try to use it as a coup de grace anyways.
Right.
Alright, so Metal Gear and Overwatch, have you watched any movies?
I have not watched anything this week.
Have you played any games other than Overwatch and Metal Gear?
No, outside of Metal Gear and Overwatch, it's been the typical Rainbow Six and WWE, so nope.
Alright. And you haven't done anything outside of that?
Yeah, aside from running around errands all over town, yeah. That concludes my spectacular little work week.
Alright. On my end, I was finally able to clear up the problems with my bank. Did I talk about that last week? Whatever. So I was able to clear up
You
the
cut out for me there, so I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, for me too.
Okay, I was asking if I had mentioned on last week's podcast that I had cleared up the issues with my bank.
I don't think you mentioned that they got cleared up.
Okay, I finally cleared those issues up, so I will be able to spend money again. Thank God, because it's the Christmas season.
Yeah.
So I picked up the Forest so that we can get the co-op playthrough going. And let's see, I've picked up Christmas presents for a couple family members. And I put in, of course, more time in Red Dead 2. You know, la-di-da-di-da, whatever. Every week I get back to that game, and every week I get to that game, I forget what I was going to say about it.
It exists.
Yeah.
There's send.
It's fucking
Fast forward.
amazing. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
That's all I can ever say. It's probably the best game of this generation. And this is coming from someone who
very
doesn't
nice.
like Rockstar necessarily. I don't like the GTA games. I'll definitely say that. I beat Devil May Cry 4 on Dante Must Die difficulty, which is the hardest difficulty outside of the goofiness that is Hell in Hell mode. Which I've mentioned to you guys Hell in Hell mode, right?
Oh, heaven and hell, yeah.
Heaven and Hell is everything dies in one hit, including you and including the enemies. Hell and Hell is you die in one hit, but the others all have their usual health bars. So, fucking insanity, which I am not going to play, at least not until I unlock Virgil's super costume, because he can just screen wipe every set if he has a super Virgil costume.
You won't do it until you figure out how to record gameplay. At which point we will force you to do it.
Okay, Addy, if you're opposed to doing Rainbow Six Siege realistic difficulty because you don't think we'll make progress, you do not get to say we'll do that with Hell in Hell mode. It keeps sounding like I'm saying Hell in Hell mode. Like it's some chick named Helen and then her last name is Hell. Ah.
Hell and dark. I think hell is dark.
Hell
Actually,
in Hell.
Might be bright. No. Hell is bright. I'm pretty sure. Let me check.
So, finishing it on Dante Must Die mode, unlocks the super costumes for Dante and Nero. So I used that to finish the Bloody Palace mode with Dante, and I said to myself, I'm only going to use the cheap bullshit moves for fighting any enemies I don't like fighting. And boy, that put it in perspective, because I realized there's a lot of enemies in DMC4 I do not like fighting. Like, DMC4 is a great game for the purpose of the content that is there, the 5 playable characters, the freedom that it gives you with combos, and the big-ass move sets and all that. And I love the graphics, I love a lot of the art designs. There are a lot of enemies in that game that I like to call anti-fun mechanics. And I'm sure you guys both know what I'm talking about. The kinds of enemies that feel like they go against what the game should be about. The kinds of enemies that are like, stop having fun.
Yeah.
Past level 2.
Yeah. So, Devil May Cry being a game about combos, a lot of enemies in DMC4 have shields on them that need to be brought down by repeating the same 1 or 2 attacks over and over again before you can actually combo them. Fucking lame. A lot of the bosses are very clearly built for one character or the other. There's one boss that just spams tons and tons of little dudes, and that is a pain in the ass because they are always going up your ass when you're trying to fight the big guy. And it
Why
really...
are we trying to fight Ryback?
Yeah. Does Ryback spawn little wrestler? Does Ryback spawn little wrestlers that swarm the other wrestlers?
Ryback spawns Ellsworth.
It just sends me back to DMC3, and I think of DMC3 and how DMC3 is still the best. I thought DMC4 with a special edition, with all of its additions, probably beat DMC3 out for the series best, but no, DMC3's, the superiority of DMC3's game design still makes it the best, you know? It's still, at its core essence, the most fun to play, even if it's only got 2 playable characters instead of 5, you know?
Yeah.
And hopefully DMC5 brings back DMC3's game design while also bringing back DMC4's massive character roster. Plus V, the bumbling idiot.
In DMC5, you use the Kamurocho.
Hang on, Adi Shankar's working on it, Addy.
Yeah.
A Yakuza TV series would actually work really well.
I mean, would it be like a freaking just a real estate comedy?
Maybe for Yakuza
Zero, anyway.
For Zero, yeah. I'm not so much an expert on the other ones. I think they get a little bit more crime, but never on Kiryu's part. Kiryu is a criminal that never commits a crime. Fucking Kiryu, man. Other than that, I don't believe I've watched any movies, not that I can think of. I've been putting a lot of focus on putting Christmas decorations all over the house. Which, boy, tape fucking sucks, don't it? Tape something to the walls, falls off. Tape something to the walls, falls off. Fuck me.
Tape to the tape.
there's a lot of bad tape out there in the world. But how are you using the tape to hang up Christmas lights? Like, in your room or what?
I'm not using them to hang up Christmas lights. The Christmas lights, thankfully, are at a certain enough angle that they'll hold themselves on something if we attach them to, like, the Christmas lights we're putting on, like, banisters and stuff, you know.
Right.
Where
He's hanging himself with it.
It can hook on the sides. But I've been trying to get, like, there's a big wooden Santa face. And there's also a little cardboard, like, Merry Christmas sign that's all red and sequined and shit that I've been trying to get on either sides of my door.
A big wooden Santa face that is definitely not creepy. They definitely won't kill you in your sleep.
Is he trying to kill me in my sleep, or is he a watchful guardian, Addy?
Both. He's guarding you from others so he can kill you.
Oh God. And this being a rental, we cannot just fucking slam a nail into the door, so I have to tape shit to the door.
Right.
And wooden Santa face turns out too heavy a lot of the time, so now I've got it like pretty much plastered with tape all over. With tape, you got to figure out certain tricks, man. Other than that, I don't think there was much I really did. I've spent a lot of time in DMC4. I spent a lot of time doing schoolwork. All right. So I think we got everything we were aiming to get here on the 50th podcast. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot
Oh.
of fun trips down memory lane.
We didn't go to 6 hours yet, so we need to pad it out with another podcast worth of topics. Quick.
Yeah. Oh, see, after this podcast ends, I mean, this will be the recorded one, and then we're just gonna meander over to Mixer and do a live stream of the podcast
Yeah.
for all our adoring fans that are sure to be waiting in anticipation for us.
None of you.
We're so happy to have you here along with us for the ride.
Hey, we got 6 views on our Scribblenauts stuff. Come on. One of them
Yeah,
got...
See, I told you, I'm the moneymaker.
Holy shit.
Yeah, welcome to our stream. 0 fans. We hope you enjoyed the stream.
Hang on. I got this. You guys keep talking.
Right. So, keep talking. But about what?
About
tell
how
us.
we're going to go to Mixer for all our adoring fans to continue this spectacular podcast in a live version, so they can all listen intently.
Alex
as we
Jeanette said
flow.
welcome to our stream. 0 fans.
I did not mean to include those R's.
But it works out even better that way.
Welcome to our stream. 0 fans.
Ah.
But
Look.
it doesn't work because it's not a sudden cut in being freaking being natural and being robotic. So it would be something. It would work better with something like
ATI
welcome
the
to our
hero said
streams.
0 fans. Alex Jeanette said welcome to the Shut Your Mouth Lounge, text-to-speech edition. Alex Jeanette said bitches.
Lounge.
This reminds me. Your name is in the freaking video. You bloody dumbass.
Alex Jeanette said this is the podcasty.
Podcasty.
Alex Jeanette said what are you talking about?
Your full name. Wait.
But his full name is his alias.
Alex Jeanette
he's
said
still
I don't
safe.
care if my name is out.
Okay.
Alex Jeanette said Jeanette. Alex Jeanette said Jean.
The pause between that.
Freaking confirmed Alex's bloody phoenix.
ATI the hero said isn't this padding fun? Alex Jeanette said I'm done talking. Alex Jeanette said it's all TDS now. Alex Jeanette said get in here Pink, it's fun. ATI the hero said I guess we're doing this. Alex Jeanette said you bitch. Alex Jeanette said this is the only way to end the 50th. Pink Sparkle Puff said this podcast is ruined. Alex Jeanette said it had to be this way. Alex Jeanette said God Chanka predestined us for this. Ati said everything's falling apart. Alex Jeanette said God Chinksa. Alex Jeanette said oh Lord he comin'. Alex Jeanette said yes. Ati said you can't control me, you can't control me. Everything's falling apart. Now I can't see you. Doesn't matter what I do. I can't see you. Alex Jeanette said damn it, Ati, shut the fuck up. Pink Sparkle Puff said big chunker. Alex Jeanette said mega shawinker. Ati said quality. Content. Alex Jeanette said I love that the TTS system can, T pronounce junk. Ati said oh lord he comin'. Alex Jeanette said our silence speaks shitty volumes.
Oi.
Alex Jeanette
Silence.
said reference. Alex Jeanette said quiet Ati.
How about now?
Alex Jeanette said you fuck.
You're welcome.
Alex Jeanette said alright, well, folks. Alex Jeanette said I think we can call that a podcast. Alex Jeanette said say bye Ati. Ati said bye Ati. Alex Jeanette said fucker.